Hello, everybody. We are live with episode... Oh, wrong thing. Let's try that. There we go. Episode 5. Episode 5. Cameras are going to require a little bit of adjusting. We're trying some new tech here on the side, so bear with us. You know, it doesn't really look that bad. I'm pretty happy with it overall. Slight adjustments, but hi, how's everybody doing out there, chat? Are you guys good? You hanging in there? You having a good day thus far? Hopefully well. I've got all my players here.
We are here.
Yeah.
Woo! I am here as well.
Well, not all of us, but
yeah. Sorry, I'm making myself not the same color as my background. I apologize.
That's okay. That is a-okay. Everything else looks
Maggie!
Good. Chad, does everything look good on your side? Let us know. Is everything solid over there? Aside from the fact that we're missing Sera at the moment, just let us know, please.
New tech is always stressful.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it fly.
Tasks are combined. Create the ultimate chat beast.
Let's go.
Like
Perfect.
Voltron.
Okay.
Catron. Yeah.
Okay. So
Catron.
last time we played. Well, a little while ago. It was a little while ago. We played as the 4-man. We were missing Tracy. Tracy is down at she's in LA. She's doing the Darkness Emergent Vampire the Masquerade LARP, which is pretty big. She's embroiling herself pretty deep into that circuit, so I hope she's having a good time, but she'll be back with us next week. Last time we played, however, was her one-shot. It was her solo sesh. And today, we are diving back in with our group of 4 and seeing what we can remember from last time. Yeah, so talk about it. What happened last time we played? Can you guys recall?
We were on the road.
You were.
We were traveling on the road.
Yeah.
And we got ambushed by, it was a big, it was an, what was it? An orc or?
It was an ogre.
Ogre. That's the term. Sorry.
I didn't take a single note. Oh my god.
Yeah, we got ambushed by like a big ogre that was chasing another of the scout bots.
Yes.
And it had previously slain multiple of them. We could see it around. It's like warm like a belt, like trophies. So we sprung into action, having been friends with one of them, and we murdered the fuck out of it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
that was one of our more successful combat encounters, to put it lightly.
Wait, honestly, I feel like it was kind of like it felt like we like internally, like our fight or flight was saying that we were saving our friend, even though it wasn't our friend, but like we took it as if our friend had been captured, you know, like. So
yeah,
Anju had a couple of moments.
I don't know, Scout. I was just killing.
I was
killing.
I gotta go killing again.
Yeah, I gotta go kill it again. It's true. Yeah, you guys
got real close to dying again.
Suddenly became wildly functional in combat and became experts in violence. Yeah, that.
And we didn't even need Sera.
You didn't need Sera. I mean, it would have been nice to have Sera there, but
kind of had to play the role.
Alas, it is what it is. You had enough between the 4 of you that you're able to make up for it. So, you found a scout bot. That scout bot had a couple of things to say in its dying breath. What can you recall?
Of what? Excuse me, I was joining the stream or the thing.
Oh, wasn't it like said something about their maker or something, and like something with fire and forge? Could be totally wrong.
They're still alive.
Definitely said some things. It definitely said some things. Yeah. No, you're not completely wrong. There was something in regards to the fire remembers. The forges are alive.
Yeah.
And the conversation really happened between Anju and Cain, where I believe, and I quote Cain, "That's catastrophically bad, Anju," in which Ben laughed a lot because it was true. That is catastrophically bad. What does that mean?
Wait, what's catastrophically bad?
The forge is still being lit.
Right, yeah. Anju knows what's going on.
He's banging on all cylinders. Yeah, it's above board, because Squid doesn't really know, and the chatters here also don't know. What is the forge?
Where they make they steal souls from the plane of the undead, and they stick them inside of cyborgs, basically, that they fashioned into like different types of creatures for the purposes of war before.
Yes.
And because they were stealing all the souls, the plane itself lashed out and tried to reclaim a bunch of souls by basically making an entire area like magically
Undead.
crippled.
Like, yeah, like soul rended or something.
It's like the bodies are there, but they're preserved.
Yeah.
And
It's like if all of France was zombies.
Yeah,
that is a wild description.
They like get
it's not
turned
completely
into
wrong,
abominations. And
First of all, France wouldn't let that happen. Okay.
yeah, nice
record.
place.
They'd burn some shit down before they got zombified.
Only Warforged can go into it without getting effed up.
True.
Unless you have some kind of magical
You have to have a protection from it. So,
protection.
in an effort to explain to our brand new viewers, the first time watchers, there is a lot of information that is going to be kind of flung at you really, really quickly. I spoke with Frost before this, and I'm going to put together probably a 10 to 15 minute video, a bit of a guider, if you will, something that's an information dump to catch you up to snuff, because I know it's hard, right? Not everybody can always make it on time to the games, and venturing to other people's channels, clicking through it's challenging, man. That's hard. When someone says, "Come watch me here," it can be a little hard to do the thing. So I'll make it easy. I'll do the hard work. I'll sweat for you. I'll make this explainer video and keep it as easy as possible so that you guys are caught up to date on all the characters, all the players, the people you need to know, and some of the people you don't need to know as well.
Or an index of inside jokes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of those. There is. But that'll be coming soon. I would say within the week, maybe give me 10 days, and I'll have that information to you. Promise. Either way, I think so long as nothing else horrible happens, we will be continuing to use this format with the stream share. It looks like it's pretty good so far. No stutters, nothing like that. And, well, you know, we're just going to roll with the punches because that's what we're good at. So, yes, you talked with the Scout Unit 305 that expressed that the forges were relit, that the fire remembers, and you said it was bad. For a quick explainer for anybody else here, if you don't know what a Warforged is, they are quite literally robots that were created for war. They were forged for war, hence the name Warforged. And what was never really explained is why they started gaining sentience, why they became intelligent, sentient creatures. Well, my players have discovered that House Cannith, a prolific dragon-marked home in Eberron, has found a way to punch into the realm of the dead and siphon souls to put it inside of their creations.
Okay, they're mostly dead now.
Yeah, yes.
Wait, which house is this again? I need to write it down.
Cannith.
House Cannith.
They're doing some necromancy artificer shit.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, yes, that's accurate. The problem is the realm of the dead doesn't like when it's being pilfered from. And it released forth this cloud that swam over the top of the area where the forge was from. It is now known as the Mournlands, the Day of Mourning, where 50% of all people immediately died. They're correct. The players are correct here. Their bodies remain preserved. They're warm. They have heartbeats. Their bodies even still twitch. This is some time after the fact. The other 50% of the people turned into horrific monsters and abominations. And they still lurk that zone. It's very dangerous. Only the bravest and the boldest often venture through, and the only people that successfully come in and out are Warforged. Maggie's...
Except we did it.
That's true. They did. Maggie is not with them right now. That's Scout unit. Scout. But hopefully we see more of Maggie return in the future. I'd like that. It'd be nice to see Scout return. And yes, Sera is in LA right now. She'll be with us next week. What else happened? What else can you guys recall? Aside from the fact that Ivan took pretty vicious wounds across his body.
Yeah, after doing something really fucking cool, I literally came in like a wrecking ball.
You did.
I
He's good. We
midair
fixed him.
transformed into a 900-pound toad and hit a dude in the solar plexus.
You did. You did, in fact. This is never free, Ivan. Transformation for you was a curse, but to control the transformation is, as you're beginning to realize, it's coming at a cost. Can you remind everybody what you offered to the dark patron that resides inside you right now the last time you made this demand?
A memory.
A memory. What was this memory again?
Don't remember because I gave it away, bub. So
It was meatloaf.
really,
That's
it
true.
wouldn't
I
make
don't
any
remember.
sense that I would remember it, bub.
I don't remember.
It's true. It's true. I've actually transcended the tabletop, guys. I'm actually stealing
Method
Frost
acting.
memories in
I'm
live.
method acting.
Yeah.
Everything's been happening in real life since episode 1 of all of this.
I am a dragonborn. Yes.
I'm really hot.
I'm a
Well.
stalker.
Oh,
Stalking
perfect.
me
I'm
specifically.
definitely-
This is really weird to learn.
Definitely not a criminal.
Definitely not. Perfect. All right. Then I think it's time that we rein things in, we set the scene, and see how our players recovered. Fire still crackles. I'm going to make sure that I get this just right. I'm treating it as if you guys didn't need to take a rest. Everybody was pushed to their limits the previous night, and someone had to stay over the top of Ivan as he took a pretty vicious wound. You had to suture him, and it was rather messy, but you made the most of it. Morning crests over the wooded path, casting fractured light through the canopy and onto the cobbled road below. Dew clings to steel and leather. Birds return to song, but there is an unease to the chorus, as if even the forest is holding its breath. The fire from last night's battle has gone cold, but not entirely out, leaving behind a bed of soot, broken branches, an ogre's corpse lying half in the underbrush, its crude armor scorched and torn where it stumbled blindly into your camp. And behind it, the shattered trail of the scout unit it was pursuing. Now little more than bloodied footprints fading into the trees. You're 2 days out from Sharn. 5 to 8 more before you'll make it to Trollenport. And every hoofbeat you ride is another breath closer to Lucan Stellos. You carry wounds, some fresh, some much deeper. Sera is gone. Her path diverging somewhere behind you. The Paladin's absence leaves a hole in the group's shield wall, and in some others' hearts. The bard
Allegedly.
still bleeds through a bandaged side, and trust among you is near threadbare. Good morning. As good of a morning as it can be. The floor is yours.
Am I awake yet?
I kick Ivan with my foot.
You are
awake
now.
yet?
Oh! Why did you kick
How are you
me on the wound?
feeling?
You kicked me on the wound side.
Just a little bit. I had to make
Anju.
sure none of the stitches popped.
Anju.
I don't know. I feel like Anju's already awake for some reason. I don't remember where his head was at the end of the last session, but I think he was pretty rattled. He maybe didn't sleep too well. Trying to remember, but Anju appears from behind a tree with an energy that begs you not to ask why he was behind the tree. He kicks up some dirt for unrelated reasons.
Anju. Did it look cool
Did what look cool?
when I did the thing?
Yeah. I mean, in it, yes. Terrifying. Harrowing, even. I'll never... It was so cool, I'll never unsee it.
Like a giant, drippy frog baby head.
Yeah.
Ink.
Eloquently
Yeah.
put.
I just asked myself, what would Sera do? And then I tried to murder that thing with all of my being.
I don't.
Anju raises a finger to protest and then doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I don't know much about Sera, but I don't think she can do that.
She can.
No, she can't. No,
She can.
actually-
Not exactly that.
She
but-
wouldn't have almost died, actually.
Oh,
She's
right.
actually
Okay.
been in that ballpark a few times, I would
I've seen
say.
her cleave a human in twain.
Yeah, we do. You're probably
seen
going to
you
hear
do
about
that.
the cleaving in twain a lot. It did.
2 pieces. One
pretty-
blow.
It was pretty metal.
Okay.
And then she almost got me killed and then saved my life from that problem that she created. So, it was good. It was a good, that was
I
a good
dominated
day.
a wyvern.
You did. I forgot about
Oh, anyways, how's the rest of us doing?
I'm just gonna sauce a thumbs up.
tired.
The horses! Are the horses okay?
The
They're
mage-bred
over there.
horses stand huddled under a skeletal tree, flanks pressed close, eyes wide and unblinking, and their usual war-trained discipline falters. Their ears flick, hooves stamp the earth with restless, frightened energy. Even bred for courage, something in the night seemingly unsettled them. You could probably guess what.
Could have been anything.
Give them some coffee. It'll perk them right up.
Can you bring me Stuart?
Did they?
He'll be happy to see you awake. Can I just like go over and I guess bring him Stuart?
Of course you can.
But like really kindly, I'm gonna go up to Stuart and I'm gonna say, "Good morning, Stuart. Hello, rest of you group. Will address you momentarily. Hope you all slept well. I didn't." And then I'm gonna be like, "Stuart, come on, let's go," and bring him over.
Anju will awkwardly say, "Good morning, horses."
Andrew, can I get a handle animal, please?
Do not address Balthazar. He's not a morning horse.
Sounds like Balthazar and I will get right along. Yeah, I guess I can roll handle animal. I haven't launched the game yet. Give me a second. Anju and I are on the same page right now.
Make
We're both
characters
waking
after
up.
ourselves.
It's true.
Look, I had to take a Benadryl today, all right? The hay fever was cooking.
Yeah.
I've been hanging out with the Hat Man all day. Why? Where is it? Okay, character sheet, please. Pretty please. And I pop it out. Yes, pop that shit out. Pop it and lock it. And I'm going to roll handle animal.
Yes.
That's not a good number next to that
No, it's
one.
probably not. It's not your forte.
I am an animal.
You didn't do poorly. That was pretty good, all things considered. You are able to determine that with 17, the horses are frightened, despite their natural intellect, what they were bred from and for. They witnessed a massive ogre just run into camp and start start tussling with all of you. Watching the giant frog go down, right? Was not looking super hot. You were able to free them. They didn't run far. They stayed huddled and close by. But then everybody disappeared into their tents and left the horses to themselves. The semi-intelligent mage-bred steed. So they're anxious, to say the least. Their anxiety is rather spiked. So even calling to them, they're very skittish. You notice their muscles are sort of cording under the skin in preparation for something, anything that may burst through the tree line at them. They're frightened. Marian.
I mean, oh, God.
Okay.
You approach, you collect Stuart from the group, and his hesitance is palpable. But when you grab onto the reins, he's still a steed. He manages forward and follows to the tent, where we know that Ivan is lying in rest. Ivan, you hear the trotting of the hoofbeats. You believe that Stuart is outside of the tent.
Bring Stuart inside. Please.
Inside the tent?
Yeah, I want to see Stuart.
How
about we pull you out?
That's fine.
There's no way.
I
Above
don't
table,
think
that thing doesn't fit in.
No.
that's it.
No shot.
I could
It
maybe
could
like
crawl.
open it.
You
I
could wear the tent as like as clothing, perhaps.
I mean, can I like open? Is there like a
You
flap? Can I
you
open the
stick-
flap?
Yeah, when you
And, like,
pull
show-
open one of the
Stick the
flaps of
head
the
in
tent,
there?
the small pup tent, the horse sort of like turns to the side, glancing inside, and it heard you, but now it sees you, and it takes a few steps forward and pushes its head into the tent, as it's now watching, waiting for you to do something. Seeing you and seeing that you're injured, you can see its nostrils sort of flare as it's intensely like carrying your scent and trying to see what may have happened to you. But it takes a step forward, and you can hear the snapping of the small cables keeping your tent aloft. It quickly topples down around you and Stuart's upper half.
God damn it, Ivan!
Hi, buddy.
Oh my God, Ivan's been turned into a horse's ass. His newest transformation.
I'm gonna lean up and I'm just gonna hug Stuart's head. I'm gonna be sitting on the ground and just hug his head. And I'm gonna say, I'll never let anything happen to you, and I need you to know that. I think that this should prove that I'm willing to die for you.
The horse pauses for a moment with you grabbing onto the part of its head, like this upper portion, and it kind of taps you a few times in the body, not really aware of if it's going to cause any harm or damage to you, but it does seem to do so with this muttering, this like spurling of lips and gout of air that seems to like lean over the top of your body.
Guys, I think Stuart likes me.
I feel like Anju's going to take this opportunity to. Anju's made very uncomfortable by the concept of a horse to begin with, let alone.
You just don't. What the fuck is a horse?
Well, they're big and horses are big and scary.
exist?
Anju is not. He's a deft and nimble guy. He hasn't had much experience or use for a horse in his travels, so he's a little.
We've
horses
seen
are
dire
bad. Have you ever
owl
seen-
bears the size of a 3-story
Look.
building, and you're like, horses are just too big, honestly. I just
Well,
really
it's not like something. Listen, he was also freaked out by the owl bear. All right, there's no. It just the idea that he has to bond with a horse is unfamiliar to him, and knowing that so he's gonna attempt to awkwardly try to like I was gonna like offer water or something just because he knows he's supposed to. He knows he's supposed to like take care of Rudo, and he's supposed to like.
Sure.
He can tell that they're upset, so he's gonna try to comfort Rudo, his horse.
I'll let you use the 17. The 17's fine. You were just kind of like reading the room, right? And your 17 is fine as you approach. They're not incompetent.
Like,
right?
Just offer my hand up or something,
Yeah. And it will lean into the hand. Obviously it's going to be like the moment of sensing the stillness on the air to see where you are emotionally before it will take a few steps forward and let you kind of press into her side.
Yeah, I will. Anju will embrace the horse, but yeah, I feel like knowing that he's supposed to. They like to be named and spoken to, he'll like, sorry about all. Like he just gestures over at the giant, the corpse, and everything. Just sorry about all that. We're not going to let anything happen to you. You know, we. How are you?
The horse doesn't really. Well, actually, Anju, I'm so glad you asked. Right, like it's not the case, right? It stands there for a moment, and you can tell it's anxious in regards to the body. It turns the backside. It kind of like kilters its rear steps just to the side of you, so that its focus is perpendicular to the corpse. But it never really strays far from the rest of the group of horses. And it doesn't really leave your side either.
Yeah, Anju will just chill. Anju will just kind of stay over there.
Guys, question.
Answer.
Oh, you know if we can eat ogre? Do you know the answer to that?
Oh no, you said question, and so it was trying it was like a.
You shouldn't lie. Does anybody know if you can eat ogre?
How are you half alive and still an asshole?
Just a giant horse backside sticking out of a tent and hearing this from. You shouldn't lie.
I just figured that there's a lot of food here if we can, and we could put it in our bag of holding and then have some good meals that aren't covered in garlic.
Would knowledge dungeoneering grant me the taste of ogre meat? Whether or not it's edible or viable in a survival, or is that a survival thing?
I will accept a number of rolls, but it won't magically tell you how ogre tastes, if that is the actual question.
I'm just wondering if someone actually has an answer of like whether or not it's worth trying to eat ogre meat.
Sure, give me a knowledge. Throw a knowledge, whatever you'd like to throw here that makes sense for this.
I did nature.
You did nature? Okay, I've got another nature, so 11 and 20. What do you got, Ben?
The only one
It would be bad.
The only one I have is that's high is dungeoneering, but that doesn't seem right.
I don't think it's bad.
I'm just thinking,
I don't particularly think it's bad. I don't know if it's necessarily the right roll for this, but if you want to give it a shot, maybe you could roll high and know something a little more about it.
sure,
Okay.
it's not high.
It's not too great. It's not too great. I think with a 20, right? Despite some of the cultural taboos that kind of come along with eating another quote unquote intelligent race, it's not strictly like cannibalism. Yeah, to say ogre meat is edible in the biological sense, but it's not particularly good for humans or elves or other, unless you're desperate and you have iron guts. It would be better used as like bait. Or in this case, if you were like a necromancer, you could use it. But that's your call, what you wish to do with that.
I think that we should at least take some to use if we wanted to like trap other animals. I think that could be smart.
Sure. Do you know how to butcher it?
I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
You just fucking cut into it, and it's an animal. Do you think a fox is gonna care?
Volunteering then.
Is it
Yes,
animal?
I will cut into an animal that I killed.
Can't you like barely move right now? Like you've got stitches. Shouldn't somebody else do that? Not that I'm volunteering
Yeah.
this tribute.
Yeah,
is-
maybe
Will-
one of you guys shouldn't be a big baby.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, no, don't worry. Don't you worry about it. We'll do it.
I simply asked if you had the skills required to butcher the beast.
I mean, how much are we butchering? Are we just like taking a finger? Like it's pretty large. It's a sizable thing. We can't like
Cut
take
off
a
one
whole-
of its buttocks.
A lot of muscle.
I was thinking fat.
It is
Where there's
too,
fat, there's flavor.
is entirely too early for this exact shit.
Well, Anju, you're going to have to do the cutting.
I'm not going.
You're
That's
the
true.
Look,
Wait, no, but you're a carnivore, aren't you?
I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
You should know
I'll
how to
give you a
deal with meat
go.
as a catfolk.
I feel since we're both magic casters, Ivan can't move, and you're the one who's like good with, arrows
Knives.
and knives, and I just feel like it's
Traps.
really up your alley.
And you make biscuits. So
Yeah.
you're a cook.
Okay.
And you're a carnivore, so.
I mean, you all drive a hard bargain, but I'm gonna have to pass. Not. I reiterate. I kind of put my arm around the horse. I kind of look over at Rudo, and I'm like, I'm not going anywhere near that thing. We don't need to butcher the ogre. What I saw last night was traumatizing enough.
Just a finger, Anju.
Anju, I gotta know. Are you vehemently against this? Is this the idea that you don't want to do this, or could you be coerced?
No, he's not doing it.
He's not doing it. Okay,
Not
he's just
doing it. There's no,
very staunch, stalwart. He's not doing
not
it.
enough
He's
not
unshakable.
enough coffee in
Got
the
it.
world to put him in the mood to butcher an ogre.
Got it. Okay.
He's stressed out as it is. Fucking Sarah's gone.
I'll
You just had
fucking do it.
flashbacks to Scout being in danger and saw that Scout unit die in front of his eyes. Isn't that what happened at the end of this? Because didn't the Scout unit die?
It did. It died, in fact.
Yeah. Anju's stomach is already overturned. He's not gonna he's good on that, actually.
If you
He's
would,
doing his duty to reassure his singular horse.
If you would
Smart
like to
horse,
do
big
this,
smart.
I need to know who's going to do it, because that person is going to have to make a survival check. Frost,
I mean,
you will come
I'm
at
getting
a bit of a negative here, because you've
I
taken
am aware.
a sizable wound.
Yeah. I'm aware, and I'm getting up right now to walk over to do it, hoping that I'm gonna guilt somebody into doing it for me.
Sure. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, then I'd like a perform.
I am going to, as I get up, I'm going to purposely take a little stumble, and then I'm gonna take out my knife, my dagger, and I'm gonna try to do like a little fancy little spin and drop it. That's my perform.
Okay. Are you happy with that?
No, how many rerolls do we have?
You have 2 right now.
I don't use one.
Significantly larger at 29. Okay. Just for the sake of the experience, I'd like a sense motive from everybody else.
Sense motive, you said?
Yes, please.
There it goes.
Okay. Okay. Everybody immediately sees him stumble and fall and then drop the blade. It's by far quite believable. He looks severely wounded. Like, he's playing tough. He's got a good face on about it, but he goes down quickly. Do you do anything else, Ivan, to convey this?
Yeah, I'll pick up my knife again, and as I'm stumbling towards him, I'll fall and stab into him with my fall. Like, that's how I initially put the knife into him, is with the force of the fall.
He stumbles yet again, and he plunges the blade into the hip area of the ogre. Begins to slowly pick himself back up.
Anju covers the horse's eyes.
I will say, if we were going to get
Ruto,
some meat
don't
off
look.
of this creature, it probably should have been when it was a fresh corpse and not have waited overnight for rigor mortis to set in.
Oh, only 12 hours of rotting.
I mean, we
Fine.
don't have to do this. This isn't. Nobody's telling us to do this.
Oh, no,
We're
it's-
making a choice here.
Oh, you must be new around here. If it's Ivan's idea, we're fucking doing it.
Oh,
Actually,
interesting.
yes, I am new around here.
Ivan, can I get a sense motive, please?
Oh, fuck. From me?
Yeah. Ivan, you,
Damn.
despite your performance, when you go down, you hear
There's some meta commentary.
you hear that from your friend, your ally. If it's Ivan's idea, there's no way in hell we're not doing it, right? It is just
Very
laced.
stubborn, no, yeah.
It is laced with this venom.
All right, I don't know about venom. Okay.
Hey man, you can
Don't
doll it
hate
up.
the guy.
You can doll it up any way you'd like to. But
Name one bad idea that I've had.
Now I'm like, can Anju sense? Is Anju like, oh no, I've hurt his feelings. I need to hold back.
Oh, you didn't
Leaving
hurt my
Cain
feelings.
behind,
Good.
accepting a demon patron into your body, skinning an ogre.
Hey, you don't know about
I'm
the demon
sure I
patron.
can think of some other one. I
don't know
don't,
the
but
demon-
Adam
You
Cain
don't,
might
you don't
do.
know about that.
You don't know the demon patron. That was to save my fucking family. What do you mean? That's the best choice I have. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
My whole family's alive right now. Your guys'
Scamming
idea is to kill
everybody
my
with
father.
potions.
That's y'all's idea is to literally
No.
murder my dad.
That was
It
not
wasn't-
my idea.
It was.
yeah,
it
your
was
idea is
merely
to
an
fucking
option.
suck off a dragon shard and become the catalyst of Tiamat.
That was
I
a
would
long
just-
time ago.
I would like to note that you thought I was a vampire and therefore clearly don't have great judgment. So I don't know about a lot of this past
Judgment?
stuff, but
You left your store unlocked.
And lost
do, Marian, you do
$1,000
it.
worth of loot.
Initiation.
Anju is now-
Skin the ogre.
Anju's like standing proudly with the horse, surveying us. The bickering that we're so known for.
Yeah, I feel
Just
like some of this out-of-game bickering did lean into in-game. Like it became our real characters starting to say.
Well,
it.
our characters are always
Yeah.
bickering. So this Anju, all of us, Anju feels like he's kind of like looking at us like yeah, this is what it's all about.
Do ogres have any valuable parts that we can take with us, like claws or tusks or teeth or
Oh, there you go.
balls?
Let me check. Actually.
Yeah, ogre balls. I did immediately think of testicles when you said parts, and I'm glad that you said it.
Yeah.
Be thorough.
I'm glad you're being thorough and asking the hard
And
questions.
next time I will make sure to say balls when it comes to mind.
always do, please.
Always mention the
Deep
balls.
fry those right up for Ivan later.
Don't forget the balls.
God damn it. Oh, okay.
Already at it.
No.
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 There's no reason for this except to maybe make bait.
I just feel like, are we really catching anything? Like it hasn't really gone too well the past couple of nights when we tried
The
to
last-
hunt and stuff.
We
No,
tried
it
to hunt
looks
one
like-
time and we found a vampire. That's some good
It looks
bits.
like Ivan's got it under control. So
I'll just like flick off like a tiny like 6-inch by 6-inch piece and I'm just like, that'll do it.
Testing.
Job well done.
makes deep fry that shit, make some ogre rinds.
Ivan, can you give me a survival,
Yummy.
please?
Me?
Yeah, I need to see how well you do this. It's very crude.
Nice.
It's very, very crude. This is not an area of your specialty. You've never been a butcher before. So you are just carving out what you can. And some fluid begins to kind of roll from the open wound. Yes, the body is rather turgid, it is stiff, but it doesn't prevent. It's not like he was bleeding out an accessible amount, right? Something obscene. So it does start sort of flooding out of the wound. It's disgusting. It's putrid. Can I get a fortitude save, please?
Bird chef.
Did I get the pan for you? Would you like to fry that up and have it for breakfast?
Ivan, you are struggling to, as you're cutting into this, you're struggling to prevent yourself from vomiting. The nausea hits you. You start to sweat. You feel this fluid begin to build up in your mouth. It's almost a salivary response. Your stomach begins to turn as you're starting to cut into this, getting a cube out, roughly so, 6 by 6, as you said. And you can't seem to stomach your way through it. It's getting worse with every slice, guys. You can see it. He's wearing this.
Don't look.
Nobody stops.
Are you done yet? Can we leave?
It's
we need
like
to
a
catch up with this maniac who's stolen this sword.
it's like a train wreck. I can't look away.
I
Come
could
in
look
any
away.
shape
we
to
kill.
go anywhere.
Yeah, shouldn't we
Carry
hit
on
the
my
road?
back.
Ivan, give me one more fortitude save, please.
I feel like Sarah's the one who usually stops the bickering.
You stomach it. You can feel yourself beginning to start the early parts of like dry heaving. You haven't had anything to eat in some time, and you're getting like stomach bile that's rolling up the back of your throat in through the esophagus, but it's not quite rising to that point. You swallow it. You steel your resolve. You have a point to make at this point, and you cut the 6x6-inch hunk from the backside of the ogre. What do you wish to do with it?
Throw it at Anju and say, put it in the bag.
Fuck! Anju thought of that before you said it. Literally, I was like, he's about to throw that shit at him.
Give me what is your base attack bonus?
Can I get
no,
a dodge?
I'm not chucking it at him. I'm just tossing it. It's like a
to
just
catch.
yeah, it's like put it in the bag. Like
Okay, sure.
Look, I fucking did it. Look, I could do it, you little bitch.
Anju, give me
That's-
reflex.
At advantage, right? Because I read his mind.
That's not really a thing here, homie.
Anju
I'll say
knew
that you
he
have
was-
cat-like reflexes, but the dice tell a story. Let's see what you get.
You said Dex.
It's a reflex save.
Oh, just a reflex.
Yeah, it's fine. You're able to catch it. I mean, you have to immediately let go of the horse's head, eyes, ears, whatever have you.
No, I'm not. That reflex was to not catch it.
Oh,
Yeah, I was dodging it.
you succeed. You manage to step out of the way as it rolls across the
And I
soil,
kick
picking
it-
up
I kick-
grass
I kick
and
it towards the
and
fire.
dirt.
Ugh, ew. I mean, you did do it though. Good job.
No, I am so disgusted, but I made it through without throwing up. I don't even notice that you do that. I don't even notice that you don't catch it. I have assumed
You're also
I have assumed that you put it in the
excruciating
bag.
pain. Yeah,
My brain is it's in the bag.
yeah.
it's there.
Anju's gonna bury it like a cat who has, when cats have an accident on the carpet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Come here.
I'm curious
He's
now.
burying it.
What is Cain and Marian doing?
Chippy, ma'am, come here.
Stealing Anju's coffee and feeding it to my horse.
Yeah,
I
think,
got a lot of coffee for us. It's fine.
This is my horse. She won't settle.
I think that I'm like also over by Princess Sophia, my horse, and like kind of like trying to calm her down by petting her, but also just looking at the two of them, just like you know when your dad's disappointed in you, like that kind of just to like the like my face is okay, but the light is just fading from my eyes as I watch like Frost or Ivan chuck it at Anju and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And Cain.
Yeah, I want to give coffee beans to my horse.
That's you just giving coffee beans
Yeah,
to
we
your
do have
horse.
a
Okay.
giant bag of coffee.
Mix it in with its feed bag. Give it a little make it a little faster than the others.
That's wild.
That horse is about to start studying philosophy.
Cain, as you begin to kind of like filter in the feed bag, these coffee beans, unsure of what it's going to do, particularly to your mage-bred steed, you can feel something. You notice something different about yourself. Admittedly, you have spent about a week, maybe a week and a half, trying to adjust to just what's happening to your body. It wasn't that long ago. You were a human man, but now you are a dragonborn with platinum scales.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo.
It's a little different. You have a tail. You're taller. Your body is still more lithe and strong. You're adjusting. But as you're filtering in these coffee beans into the feed bag for the horse, you start to notice that your scales are shimmering in the morning light. It's a little different than what you've seen up to this point. It's like when metal legitimately catches the light the right way and it casts a light array. That's sort of what's happening. It's blinding at certain angles. But more than that, you feel a pressure. It sort of moves betwixt your scales. It runs up the length of your arms, through your chest, and into your mind. It's like behind your eyes, a memory unspooling. You hear a whisper. One that no one else can hear, as you can tell when they fail to respond. It just says, "Heat is rising." You begin to hear and can see between the rest of your comrades in the party that nobody responds. They don't hear this. They don't feel what you just felt. You just witnessed a hunk of ogre's flesh kicked nearest the fire, picking up a series of interesting seasonings. Do you say
What
anything?
heat? What heat? The forges.
Anju, Marian, given the location that you're at, nearest the horses, Cain begins to say, "What heat? What heat? The forges." To his horse.
Anju's heart sinks. Anju is. I feel like Anju's fight or flight right now. Like the fucking the wizard's talking to himself again. Everybody, fucking brace for impact.
I think I would just like turn right to Anju and be like, does he always do this? Because I haven't seen this.
I mean, I guess not for a. This had stopped, right? Like I'm asking above table. Like this is the first time we've seen something like this since you transformed. I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Shall we?
used to, but then he turned into a dragonborn, and
Don't forget, I'm sparkly as fuck right now too.
yeah, like this. No, no, not normal. Cain.
I'm busy.
What's up?
I'm busy.
Anju, give me a perception, please.
Like, you're like, I'm on the phone.
Huge. Anju, you
28.
despite him discussing something with his horse, saying something about heat, and you know that there is some extra prattling going on in his mind, how he's constantly been addled. He's never really expressed these things up to this point. Before, obviously when he was a human, it was the case. You expected that. It was just a part of who Cain was. But as you're watching, listening, you try not to make anything of it. The tension sort of rises. You're very careful, but you can't help but notice that he's like chucking something into the feed bag. You can see that he just keeps like shaking it. It's sifting like someone might be trying to feed chickens or ducks. Upon closer inspection, you can see that it is the coffee beans that you guys paid pretty handsomely for, admittedly.
I just looked it up. Coffee can be toxic to horses.
Yes, it can.
Oh no!
Cain, are you dosing your horse?
Ah,
What are you doing with my coffee?
figured it'd give Balthazar a little kick.
He's already got a lot of kick. I don't know how much
Yeah.
more he needs, Cain.
It'll be faster than all of your mounts.
So, you're just gonna show up before us and take the guy on yourself, or you can only go
If
so
I
much
must.
faster than us?
I feel like Anju out of this just doesn't care, doesn't know if it's toxic to horses or not, but doesn't, out of protection of the coffee, is gonna intervene.
Sure, that makes sense.
I'm gonna go over there and just
a couple
gently,
of beans.
just gently like grab him by the wrist and be like, "Hey, bud, like where are we go? What are we doing with the coffee? Like the horse doesn't want the coffee, do you, buddy? It's not for horses, right? It's for cats. What was that about the fire that you were saying? Who you?
You didn't hear that?
Oh, I sure did.
As the heat is rising.
Yeah, well, I did not hear anything about the heat rising, but I heard you talking about something.
Do you mean like it's becoming summer?
I just heard of something in the back of my mind, or somewhere around here, say the heat was rising is all. Something is trying to communicate with me.
Think it has
Okay.
anything to do with the forge.
That's what my question was, but when I replied, I heard nothing else. Maybe I'm hallucinating.
Wouldn't be the first.
That bears the
I
question.
feel fine, though. I don't feel particularly evil or motivated to release any demonic forces into the world.
Well, you know what? We're gonna take Anju like looks around at everybody reassuringly, like we're gonna take that W today. That's great. I'm so happy to hear that.
Wait, I would like a bit of context here. Do we normally just release forces, Cain, or is this
Well, have you ever seen a platinum dragonborn before?
I guess 3 times does make it a pattern.
I have
We've-
not
have we
seen
released-
a Platinum Dragon porn before, but I don't
You
get
know
out
what we
much.
always say: release evil forces, not your horses. You know?
We have released 3 evil forces, haven't we?
And no horses.
At least 2. At least 2 evil forces were released. But it was at the same time, so I wouldn't say that we make a habit out of it.
Well, only one of them was my fault, and I only know because you told me it was my fault. I wasn't there to witness. Well, I was there, but I don't remember it. So.
Okay. Maybe we should get on the road. Maybe.
That is a cracking idea.
I will
right
first
there.
need Anju to empty my feeding bag and sort all the beans that I put in out.
I'd like to rest.
Can
You can
you
rest when you're dead, Ivan.
He is nearly dead.
Yeah, he's a
Tried
little
that.
close to it for that. Can
He
you
can
rest
ride on the back
horse?
of my horse, slung over it like some sort of satchel.
I don't think
Anju's like picking through the feedback, like there's
you guys can
just
go on
enough
ahead.
in here to be annoying.
You guys can go on ahead. It's fine. And I'm just gonna like slump over and just. I don't know how I'm awake right now. Like I'm bleeding out. Like I'm actively dying, and I got up to carve a beast.
Pride is a hell of a drug.
Like you could put me on my horse. I
We just sling you over the side of it. Like,
We can tie him to the horse with a bit of rope.
We're gonna hog tie him to a horse.
Well, that's not the preferred method I would use is hog tying. I was thinking just maybe like arms and legs under the horse's belly, sort of looped together.
Okay. Look, you guys have been in more of these situations than I have, so if you think tying him to the horse is the best thing to do here, I'll go along. I would just like to get a move on.
We can't
Ivan,
waste
you're
any more
fine.
time, and we've
Ivan,
already
you're-
lost Sera.
you're fine, Ivan. You can ride a horse, right? What is your
How much
actual?
how much HP do I have, Bub? I'm pretty sure I'm at 1.
Let's take a look at your character sheet here.
It says I'm at 1.
Okay, if you are at 1, upon a full night's rest, which you would have received a full night's rest, you would gain back your Constitution score.
Oh, I didn't know we had a full night. I thought you said we didn't get a full night's
No,
rest.
you
I thought
will
said
get
we
a full
did
night's
sleep.
rest. Yes, everybody will gain back their Constitution score.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, admittedly,
Okay.
you still have wounds that need to heal, so
Yeah.
it's very, very easy to open you back up here. Got to be careful.
Sure. Cool.
Oh.
I will only get on my horse if somebody lifts me on it.
Done.
You are really
Anju
strong.
looks
I
incredulously
forget about
at
that.
Cain.
Like, I feel like Ivan does not recognize that you're ridiculously strong now.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks
For a
strong.
mage,
Yeah.
For mage,
you're
yes.
not like
Sure.
combatly strong, but you're very strong.
Yeah, I lift,
How much
Very-
do you bench?
He's very modest.
I could bench Ivan.
True, you could. So you assist him to the top of his horse then.
Oh no, I'm dead weight.
Okay, then I'd like a strength check. If anybody wishes to assist, you can also give me a combined strength check here, and we'll see exactly what this looks like.
Anju will help. Sure.
Nice.
It rolled
Oh.
twice.
And both
Those are
times were
both-
bad.
They're
Awful.
good. No, they're good. See?
Ooh,
There we go.
look good.
Yeah.
Okay.
My horse.
All right,
I
so
won't
we'll count
help
it as...
lift, but can I be kind of having my hands and like try to make sure that his wound isn't getting smacked against anything in the process?
Sure, of course you can. Of course
Like
you can.
hovering.
You move up narratively. You move up to sort of
Mage
help,
hover hand.
and you're not really aiding, but you're making sure that he's not falling. Right? You're trying to help out in that regard. With the assistance of Cain and Anju, you are able to climb atop Stuart. You're not saddled
Conversion
in.
noises.
There's no like binding, nothing that's going to keep you here. If the horse panics or something spurns it into action, you could be thrown.
You gonna? Still
Good.
seems a little precarious up there.
I'm good. No, it's fine. Stuart won't let me fall, right, buddy?
We should tie his feet to the horse.
Stuart doesn't like being tied up.
Could one of us just ride with him
Nah.
so he doesn't fall? That feels like a really logical solution that doesn't involve tying him. But again, I'm new here, so I don't want to overstep.
You could.
Stuart doesn't like any of you guys. I'm just being an asshole. I'm
You
sorry.
know what?
You could do it.
Fine.
I'm very persuaded right now. If you just said you're going to do something, I'm like half asleep. I'm just a cranky little boy.
Just a cranky little boy.
It's very
with
obvious.
a-
Everyone can
with a
tell that
mortal
he's
wound.
frustrated. He's cranky.
Yeah.
He didn't get to sleep the way they wanted to. I mean, he took a pretty vicious wound, so it's not going to be an easy ride for him. But he maintains. You can, in fact, ride with him.
But then we would have
Why
to
don't
leave.
you just turn into a ferret or something, and we'll stick you in a bag?
Got a point.
Surprisingly, not your worst idea. Can I change during the day though? Let's
Well,
try.
there's all that whole ink thing going on.
No, I don't think I can change.
That was a test to see if you had some other new power you weren't telling us about.
Did you fart?
That's just the wound.
That's
It's
just
the,
ogre.
it's the ogre meat, rancid ogre meat.
Let's get going, guys.
Okay.
I'll ride alongside him. We'll ride that way if,
Okay.
I'll be nearby on my horse in case.
I'm gonna try to ride in the back of the posse.
Sure. You know that in order for you to maintain pace and stay close to where you believe Lucan Stellos is, you will have to ride hard. There isn't really much in the way of a light run. Now you can stay additional time here and rest if you wish, because this is very obviously it's going to be quite difficult. And the jostling, I mean, you're going to be piloting your horse for 80 miles. That's a lot.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. All right. And then
Load his ass up with some potions and just get a little swig whenever you start feeling bad, you know?
we'll start this immediately. I would like a fortitude save from you specifically, Ivan, as you start to move. The moment that you feel your sternum sort of like jostle in your chest. That looks really good. The 22 is huge, right? Huge. Your stomach begins to spin and turn, and you can hear the sound of the cables. It's basically fishing thread, right? You hear some of them sort of like whine in the skin because it wasn't really done right. You can feel the pinch across your chest, and you're able to hold your body taut in such a way that you take no existing damage. But the longer you hold this, the more difficult it is going to be to maintain. The challenge is for the long haul.
Can I sift into the back of the group and talk to my guy?
Of course you can. Of course, if that's what you'd like to do, we can make that happen.
Well, if you're going to be in the back, I don't know. I am probably going to need to lead. Just on sheer squishiness factor of everyone else. Anju. So as long as somebody can keep an eye on Ivan back there.
I can ride tandem with Ivan. I volunteer.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And this is acceptable, Ivan. Do you say anything to kind of put some distance between the two of you, or what does this look like?
I'm just gonna talk to myself about a list of things that I need to talk to. Don't pay attention to me, Miriam. Okay.
Still Marian?
That's what I said. I said Marian.
You said Miriam.
I'm
You
slurring
did
my
not
words
say.
because I'm tired.
Okay. I will ignore. I will ignore. Fine.
How about we just call you Big M Dog?
What?
Feeling
Little
honored.
M.
Little M. You
Little
know,
M.
honestly, she'd probably be really excited. It's probably the first time she's ever like been given a nickname, so she'd probably be like, okay.
Really?
She's
I
incredibly
mean-
receptive to whatever you call her.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just. Yeah, that's fine with me. Okay,
Showing
Big
throw my
M
hair a little
dog.
bit.
You seem receptive to not being called your name right now, but when I call you the wrong name, it's all of a sudden a big problem.
Well, there's a
trying
difference. There's a difference between
There is a difference.
someone disrespect. I just got so red. Jesus Christ. There's a difference between someone disrespecting your name, you know, and somebody being like, fun group nickname because we're kind of friends.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
would
it's-
say
Yeah, and I
that.
think of Miriam as
Doing
my
code
mother.
names.
So what does that
Code
say
names.
about you when I call you that?
I don't want to know about your mommy issues. I'm good.
Don't get him started.
Like I said, now don't pay attention to me. It just helps me focus away from the pain. Okay?
Okay.
You are mortally wounded.
Yeah.
I am no
True.
mortal. Anyways,
About the Czar.
All right.
So-
All right. Big M dog it is. It's decided.
This is absurd, but I'm so here for it.
Are we ready to
Thank you
roll?
for that. Everybody begins to collect all of the rest of their things. It doesn't take a lot. You're able to fold up your pup tents, any of the belongings that you happen to have. You didn't really get a chance to lay anything out because you were under attack, and then you needed to rest. It's very difficult without Sera because she, at the very least, is able to provide you guys the space. She is a sentry, a watcher. She's been very good about that in the past. But now you're devoid of that. You gather your things. Ivan watches steadfast from the horse. We see in the lead right now Anju, followed by Cain, and in tandem, but minding his business, Ivan, along with Marian.
Busying his mind.
Busying his mind. Yes. As you begin to trot, you stomach the feeling of your wound trying to open up, to flinch forth from these shoddily made sutures. I want to know how long you wanted to wait before you begin to communicate with this thing inside of you.
I'm gonna give a performance, and I'm just gonna ramble off about people in my life. I'm just gonna, my mother was always the best at cooking. Although I can't remember what my favorite was. God, and at one time that I saw Idio throw up after drinking 17 beers at once.
Anju's gonna lean into his horse, Rudo, and say, I don't know if you would talk if you could, but I'm glad that you don't. I'm glad that you can't. I appreciate the silence and give a little head pat.
If there's anybody inside of my head right now that can hear me, can you make this pain stop?
You're struggling, aren't you?
A little bit.
It's been hard not being able to say what's inside, not being able
No,
to
it's
tell
really
them
just
that
'cause I
I'm
wanted to
here.
fucking sleep today.
You can sleep when you're dead.
That's what
Thank
Cain
you.
said.
So what will you have me do then? What do you wish for?
Get me back to full strength.
Full strength. Sounds to me the fool desires strength. Strength you never had. Strength that I could provide. Being that you were to make a sacrifice Or offer me something valuable, more than a meatloaf dream.
What kind of power?
You desire the strength to what? Fend off onward and wary attackers. Protect those around you. Or something else.
Something like that. Right now I just want this fucking wound to close.
Wounds are important. They're a constant reminder of the mistakes, the unpleasantries of your fence setting, lack of preparation, desire to prove something. And now, you ask for something more. You can't handle your own consequences, Ivan Freely.
Then you can't shut up.
It's a trade-off.
Just say what you want.
I crave something more feminine. I want something steeped in women.
Sorry.
You want women?
No. I mean, let us be real. I desire everything. But right now, my palate, oh, it needs to be sated, and only the memory of something sweet, steeped in that of a woman, would sate my needs. You wish to be healed. You wish to be mended, and back to full and fighting strength, the hero you portray yourself to be. Extend your hand to the woman nearest you, and I will take the smallest, most delicate memory, something she won't miss.
What the fuck?
This is crazy.
I promise she won't even know that I'm there.
Damn it, Bob.
I can't stop thinking about how Anju's head is completely empty right now. Like, just
He'd go inside
No.
there and be like, what the fuck am I supposed to take?
entirely clueless. Just
You said more than just full strength.
No, we're at the bargaining phase.
I'm just trying to make sure we were on the same page.
Are you not happy with the fact that you can control this paltry curse that dances around your body? I see that you are the perfect vessel. You crave power.
I hate you.
Hate me all you like. It doesn't change the fact.
I don't even know what you're offering me.
It's a gamble, Ivan Freely. You're used to that, right?
It can't be something that she'll know.
Oh, trust me, if I succeed, she'll never remember anyway.
Alright. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, fuck. It feels evil above board.
Honestly, above board, this hurts so much because I know she's gonna be so excited that you're gonna reach out for her hand. That hurts me.
Oh no, I'm not. So I'm gonna like wait for a bump in the road, and I'm gonna like fall on you, comically, and have you like catch me.
Oh, okay.
This is like
Because you're next to me. You said you're riding next to me. So
Yeah,
I'll just be
I'm,
like,
like,
oh
in
god, I
tandem with you.
can't, and then I'll reach out, and it'll be on you to grab my hands.
oh no.
I'm stuck.
The,
God, no.
the layers the layers of dramatic irony here.
Do I have
Wild.
to roll anything for this, or am
Oh.
I just?
Yeah, roll to dodge
Oh, step
whatever the
comrade.
fuck that is.
Oh no.
Okay, a couple of things matter here, right? Marian, if he begins to
Yeah.
fall, I need to know if it is within your character's purview to try to stabilize him, or would you try to swerve out of the way?
Oh no, we're definitely
Ew.
helping. Ew. Nah, even though he thought I was
creep.
a vampire, I'd still help.
Okay.
Aw.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. She's nice.
A few moments will pass. Some rugged terrain, a split in the cobblestone ahead causes the front right leading limb of the horse to stutter briefly. I need a performance from Ivan.
Another one?
Oh, you got a 30. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's
Oh,
huge.
You got a 30.
Hadn't
Don't worry,
realized.
Bob. I can do it again. Don't
Had
worry
not,
about
had
this.
not realized.
The fucked up number.
We're gonna go with that
Wow.
30. It makes sense. You're just trying to you try to prove something. I got you. Okay.
Whoa.
30. You feign weakness and begin to lag and fall to the side of your horse. Marian,
Yeah.
I need a perception check. It's not hard. You just have to break 10.
Yeah. I'm just remembering where that is. Perceptions in the skills?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I found it. Oh, yeah.
Perfect. You immediately see the horse's leg lag forward, and it takes a small divot step. Its head ducks, and its body begins to follow. It doesn't fall. It course corrects quickly. But the driver, Ivan, begins to lag and fall to the right, leaning into you. Now, I need two things from you.
Okay.
I need a reflex save, and then I need a handle animal because you're trying to guide your horse closer to his.
Okay. Oh.
Okay?
I'm not surprised. She's not coordinated.
Okay? You do have luck rerolls. You have 2 right now.
You know what? He's fucking me over right now, so I don't really care. I don't really care to do better here for him.
Got it.
Handle animal. Sorry. Oh, here it is.
Huge. Okay. Marian, what this looks like.
Yeah.
You have witnessed this happening. Let's go ahead and give it a reflex from Ivan, and I'll explain the scene. Gross.
Do a backflip off my horse.
Gross. Okay.
Onto her horse.
The leg lags forward, the horse stutters, and Ivan begins to fall. You witness this to your left-hand side, and you reach out to grasp him, but as you let go of the reins, you kind of sort of naturally panic a little bit, and you hold on. You aren't able to catch him in time. However, on his way down, you're able to grab onto the saddle, you're able to grab onto her leg, or the stirrup. You can recover
Saddle,
on your way down.
Leg, or stirrup.
Yeah. With your perform, you're able to make it look expertly like it's an accident, or like your body just gave out under the duress of riding.
Yeah, I mean, my goal is to make contact with her.
Okay.
So I grab like her calf or something. I'm like right next to the stirrup, like her ankle.
Got it. You're able to grab on. Your hand slides down the length past the shin. You can feel beyond the robes. And when you grab onto the stirrup, your body lags downward. Your legs kind of bounce off of the ground, and you feel yourself being dragged slightly before you stop. I need a will save from Marian. It's huge,
Fuck.
but it's not enough. Squid,
Yeah.
it is enough for you to know, as Marian,
Uh-oh.
that something just committed to a magical effect to your body. When his body hit yours and then he bounced off of the ground, you weren't able to stop him, but you felt some sort of arcane pull from deep within inside you. Your blood knows it first. It's a revulsing feeling. It's a form of domination.
What?
You're unable to resist. And you pause in panic as the horse still glides forward. You're able to hold on to the reins. But nothing happens. Nothing occurs. There is no command or desire to do something that is very untoward your character. When you glance back over your shoulder, even tautly so, you can see that he lie on the ground. Do you call out to your allies who are still riding ahead?
Like, so he's on the ground. He's completely fallen.
Yes, he has.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to yell, stop! Please! Hold up!
Sorry, first I thought you said police. Like, you're probably...
Please, please, please.
Anju looks up from not knowing how to read a map to be like, oh, thank God. What happened?
Both of you glance back.
We canter back around.
And you see Marian asking you to stop. She turns her horse, and Stuart slowly gallops nearest Big Beefazar.
Oh, he fell.
He fell.
I tried to, help when I noticed him falling, but with guiding the horse, it just wasn't a good situation. But I tried. I think he didn't hurt himself. Ivan, are you okay?
Ivan lies still. It's up to him if he wishes to say anything, if he wishes to even move, but this is based on his performance.
Am I full strength now?
No, not yet. In fact,
then no, I'm not fucking bad. I'm actually that hurt. That hurt like a motherfucker.
Do you look down at the wound? Do you roll? Do you show signs of movement?
I just roll over on my back and just give a big deep sigh and look up at the sky.
Marian, when he rolls over, you can see that there is a spot of red on his shirt that is slowly beginning to grow.
Oh no.
All right, get the sutures, get the needles and the threads.
Yeah, Anju will...
Told you I just needed a little bit of a rest.
We'll stitch him up and be on our way in no time.
Love the attitude, Cain. That's the type of positivity that we need.
It's still just... This is the goal, and we're going for it.
We're going to catch that sly bastard who stole the sword.
You stop. Marian, you were the one last night with the aid of Cain, or vice versa. Both of you were working in tandem to try to suture his wound, and you can tell that at least a single stitch has popped, or it's tore through the skin, and he's beginning to bleed further.
Can you guys do it again?
Can I sleep a little bit?
Well, if you sleep now, you're gonna bleed out. So we're gonna fix that first, and then you can have a really
stop the
wonderful
bleeding.
nap.
I could burn it closed like we did the other.
Yeah, we could cauterize it.
It would
Does that
hurt
sound good, Ivan?
very much, and it would leave a blistering wound that would be twice as painful.
But he wouldn't bleed.
So
But
what?
it would close the wound potentially.
Above table, if we do... So we got a short rest?
You guys got a full rest.
A full rest, okay.
Yes.
But wounds are a different
Correct.
thing.
Wounds need to be nursed, right? The wound itself has to be nursed, and you have to have time to mend. You are going to heal slightly faster than the average, whereas it might take 5 to 7 days for the wound to scab up and be very taut. It's probably half as much.
I mean, do we have time to rest, actually? I don't actually
say
know.
we
above
sew him
table.
up.
Sew him
Get
up and
back
maybe...
on the horses.
Can we get some... Do we have anything we can use as padding? That we can,
You should have a
tie
healer's
to
kit. Yes, you should have a healer's kit that you can use. And if you wish, if you're looking for something that's going to pad him in case he falls again, You have
Let's just assume he's gonna fall again.
sleeping bags, right? You guys you have the
Oh, yeah,
basically
we
the
could-
adventurers pack.
Are we out of t-shirts?
I think the t-shirts are. I also was thinking of the t-shirts. Yeah.
Great question. If his plain white tees are still good, unsure.
They are. They absolutely are.
Okay.
Now I
Let's
have,
get you-
I believe 4 of them.
So I got to know
There you go.
who's hopping off their horse to help.
Me,
Not me.
halt Balthazar.
I'm already there, so I'd assist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marian, describe the situation to me.
keeping
Do
watch.
you like? Are you circling him like a shark? Do you lean down immediately, very matronly and like mother-like, and help him up? What? Describe the situation for me.
We're about to stitch him up. Yes. That's
Yes.
the consensus we came to. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I think I would do, I'd be very concerned about like his comfort. He literally just fucking fell off a horse and is bleeding out. So I think I would like instantly kind of like jump down and kind of, I don't know if this is weird, like lift up his head and put it on my leg so he's like more comfortable, and start putting a little bit of like pressure on the wound to try to slow the bleeding before we sew.
Sure. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
You provide exactly the lap pillow, and his head rests. So, Ivan, the moment that your head falls to her legs, where it's now propped up, providing you this opportunity at a chance to see the rest of your allies, and you can see that they're starting to break out some healing kit. You can feel the presence return to you again. You never even felt it left, but it's there.
Oh, it was in her, and then now that she touched me again, he's back.
Yes.
That's why I wasn't healing. That makes sense.
Fucking little herpes monster, bro.
That was delicious.
Oh.
Would you like to know what I stole from her? This is your curse, Ivan Fraley. She'll never remember. But now you will. And you'll have to sleep with that knowledge, knowing full well what your actions rended from the mind of this sweet young girl. She has a sister. She never talks of her. They were miscreants. They did terrible things. Not because they wanted to, but because they were told. The good news, she wanted to forget it anyway. So I took it from her. She no longer remembers her sister.
That doesn't seem small.
The memory was hidden, deep, smashed between the walls of things that seemed more important and seemed fairly insignificant to me. The good news, you'll be right as rain by nightfall. You'll feel strong as an ox, or whatever your people say. Thank you. You've sated my hunger. I will take more if you offer, but I can't guarantee that I'll pay in dividends. She'll never remember her.
And the communication goes dead.
I have an above the board question.
Shoot.
How could you do that? My entire character's fucking entire personality is based on what happens with her sister. What do I
So
just
wait.
not have a personality now?
Now you have someone else that has that memory, and it will be their challenge if they wish to tell you about that. Because then they'll have to convince you.
Do I get the full memory? Like, does it feel like a memory to me now?
You get brief glimpses. It's like staring through a picture that's too far away, like it's binoculars, that's rapidly changing and contorting in front of your vision. And you see a much younger Marian that is with a younger girl. You don't know if they're biological sisters. They don't look too similar, but you can tell that sisterly love is there. where they are forced to do things that they definitely don't want to do. They're criminals. They're robbing people. They're not very happy about it. You can see it on their faces. But the adults that are commanding them seem quite pleased with their actions.
So she still remembers doing those things. She just doesn't think she had a sister.
Correct.
She did it solo. Miscreant.
Yes, ma'am. Am I the worst?
Yeah,
I
he's
just
fucking
yeah.
worse. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a small thing, and I was excited to learn something that you came up with about my character. I thought it was gonna be a meatloaf moment. I didn't think it was gonna be fucking. I forgot I have a sister. It's fine. Okay, sorry. Carry on. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm very affected.
What you get for trusting Ivan?
Sorry,
Okay.
Squid. In improv, we say yes and.
I'm saying yes, and I just had to take a moment and process.
Yes,
Sorry
and
for
that was
having
bullshit.
feelings,
Yeah,
Ivan.
it's yes and fuck you, Bub. Yes and, fuck you, Bub.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, guys. All right.
Yeah, guys,
all
let's
right.
not blame me.
Oh
here,
yeah,
okay?
don't
Let's
play.
go after
Don't give us. Oh wow. All right.
It's
We're
I'm-
all-
at this point.
We're all very aware of your
used to
dark
it.
machinations, dude.
I mean, you guys keep coming back. What does that say?
You're not putting a voice in my head, all right?
Not yet. It's a matter of time.
Not so bad once it's there.
It's a matter of time. Hey, this isn't exactly free, right? Like, yes, this happened, but he's going to reap some benefits from it. Yeah.
I have follow-up questions, but I don't want to out my
The power
character.
of
thing.
Ask
History
me
love.
in DMs. Just write it out. That's a-okay. We resume scene.
All right, hold him steady. We're going to get the needle in there.
I need a heal
I
check.
gotta roll a. Okay, doggy.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. I'm okay at it.
You're okay at it. That's not bad. The +3, significant in this case. I need an even or an odd from you though, Cain, because that was the DC.
Even.
Come on now.
It's an even. Perfect.
Go.
You are able to see exactly what's happened here. This is not you mending the wound, bear in mind. You are seeing the damage that's been done. And interval. So amidst the area like left of the navel, the lowest like 6 stitches, the largest of these down here that are kind of coupling his body together, they popped, they split, and they've sort of unriveted themselves, and it's remained back in its wound form at the bottom, where the bottom suture was. So he now has where it looks like the skin has started to split and create like an eyelet of open flesh. You can see muscle, some of the sinew, blood is starting to pool up. So the damage is done. Now give me another heal check so that you can clean this up and resuture. Are you happy with 13?
Yeah, fuck him.
Fair. You know what? Fair. I'm becoming the enemy here, and I think it's fair. Somebody's got to be the asshole of the group this
Got a
season.
+3, right?
Cain, you know this is far from your best work, but you also are aware that this is not your specialty. Ivan, your reflex save prevented you from rending the entire wound, leaving it all the way open up the length of your body. And the gratitude that you should have for that die roll is insane, because this is very painful. Cain is not careful. He splashes some water and then alcohol amidst the wound to try to cleanse it from any impurities. And then he makes quick work of this, riveting right through,
Get right into it.
like he's trying to retether a buckle to a leather shoe. He's quick with it. He's not efficient, but he's quick with it. So the pain is short, but it's vast. I need one fortitude save from Ivan. I need to see if you stay awake.
Can I just choose not to?
Of course,
Can I choose to go
you can
unconscious?
surrender. You can surrender to the pain and fall unconscious if that's something that you wish to do here, because you're already you're exhausted.
No, because he said by the end of the day, so I'm expecting that I'm going to start feeling better, even though it won't like actually be better soon. Like I imagine that I don't know. I'm
Give him a
cocky
glove to
into it.
bite on him, dog.
Me? Yeah, I'm dog now. It's all right. Sorry. Have other things going on in my brain. at the moment.
M-Dog.
It's me, M-Dog, back at it with a glove to give you.
It's your boy.
Is it? Can I take one of the T-shirts and I guess you said to bite on? I guess put it in his mouth.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bite down on a rolled up shirt.
Keep
Yeah.
him from biting his tongue.
Yeah, you can tell it's painful. His whole body tenses up. You can feel the pressure of his head across your legs as he's trying to tense up. Immediately, he's not a very heavy person, but he's not weak either, and you can feel the pressure of his head across your thighs. The shoulders drape over your knees, and he's struggling. The brow furrows, the sweat beads up, his eyes are quite tense, and you can tell that he's just on the precipice of blacking out. As Cain stops, he finishes. You glance down to see the handiwork, and it's not pretty. This scar will be one for the ages.
I already got one
Like
big
the
ass
grin
wound
of
on
a
my
wolf.
arm.
Just rub some dirt on it and walk it off. You'll be fine.
I would not suggest dirt. It could lead to infection.
No, yeah, it does actually look disgusting. Don't do that.
I remember your good friend, Cain. Next time I'm in a life-threatening situation. Ivan.
Just the constant credit seeking.
Anju,
Yeah.
I need a perception from
I
you.
need validation.
Yeah. You need perception?
Yes, please.
Don't
That's
mind
the
if
thing
I
he's
do.
good at.
It's pretty
That's
good.
low.
It is low, but that's still pretty good. It's more than what you honestly need. You feel, as you're watching over this, tick over his body and him deal with the pain that's becoming of what it is now. The wind begins to pick up through the trees, and it carries on it the smell of something moist. Not rain, but more. And as you turn to face the direction as you're downwind from, you can see that an eerie fog begins to slip into your view, obscuring the cobblestone in front of you. And before we dive into this, we're going to take a quick break because I feel like I need to answer some questions from a couple of my players. And we'll be back in just a minute, guys. So run to the bathroom, do what you got to do, grab a drink, and we'll be back in 5, 6, 7 minutes, something like that. And we will continue. Sound good? Yeah, you don't have a choice. So we'll be back in a minute, guys. And hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are here in the return, the post-break. And I want to pick up right where we left off. We left off with a fog rolling in. Something creeping. Something what feels very unnatural. Particularly given you've not seen or heard of rain, at least in a few days. Nothing spoke of this, but the smell of moisture on the wind is enough to let you know something's just bound to happen, curiously. The sky...
It's just a...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, it's just a fog that... Because I'm the one who saw it first. It's just a fog that rolled in unnaturally quickly? It's obscuring the road ahead?
Yes, it's rolling in. It's rolling in quickly. That is correct. The sky above has not seemingly changed at all. It remains the same washed out gray that it has been for hours. Sunless, periodically. Dull, definitely. Like an old bruise. But something else arrives. unannounced. At first, it feels like a chill creeping down your spine. Then a weight of the air. There's a hush. The fog, it doesn't roll in, Anju, it descends.
Oh.
A sudden, smothering veil collapses over the land, thick as wool and as cold as grave water. It's not mist as you know it. It's wetter. It's heavier. And it cries. Droplets begin to fall. Not from above, but from the air around you. Like the fog itself is weeping. Rain, yes, but falling sideways and down from the very air at your brow. Running over your cheeks like sorrow you didn't know that you had. Sound dulls. Your own footsteps feel muffled, distant like someone else is walking in your place. And then a whisper. Faint. Familiar. Someone calls your name.
Ooh.
And for Cain. The surprise. It's your own voice that calls you from the fog.
Still 0 voices in my head. Count them.
Not me.
You wrap up what you're doing here, Cain. And as you kind of, I imagine, knowing Cain, he does like a little tap on the leg and it's like, you're done. You're finished. That's when you
All done.
see the fog descend down, sweeping, swallowing like the wave of a current, ebbing forward, taking you into its depths. You're surrounded. All of you. And surprisingly, you can no longer hear the whinnies and the brays of your steed. There is no more footfall or hoofbeat. It's silent.
For all of us?
Do any of you speak?
We still see each other?
You can see Ivan. You can see Marian because they are directly in front of you. You cannot see Anju anymore. And Anju, when you turn back, you cannot see them.
Yeah, I would say something. Guys?
You can hear him. Anju's probably 20, 30 feet away.
I'm going to start to head back. I'm going to walk to where I know that
Detect magic.
When you say, guys, and you turn to
Guys?
walk back, Anju, you hear your own voice again from the fog. I'm okay, guys. Don't move.
Can they hear? Did they hear that?
Yes, they do.
I didn't say that. That one wasn't me. This one's me.
They're both you. You're just saying stuff.
Cain, I need a fortitude save.
Now the second one wasn't
That's
line
not
2
good.
wasn't me. Line 3 and this one are me.
The moment that your eyes pale
Terrifying.
over and then sweep into the arcane spectrum, you can feel the vibrance, the radiating area of magic that seems to just hit you. It's like a flashbang. You immediately cover your eyes. You wince tightly, pulling your arms up to shield yourself from it. As you disconnect,
Everyone? Go ahead.
from detect magic.
Do I know what school it is?
You are unable to immediately determine what school this is from. If you wished to stomach it further, you can. But it comes at a cost. Nothing is free.
All right, there's some sort of spell looming around us. If you haven't noticed the fog, we should hold hands so we don't lose each other.
Yeah, have I been able to canter back to their location and see them?
Okay. I need a couple of things. I'm going to start with Anju. From you, I need a perception check, first and foremost. And then I'm going to need a will save.
Is the will save dependent on the perception?
No.
Ouch.
Do you have any luck rerolls left?
I haven't used any. How many do we have?
You have 2 right now. Chat, if you wish to do so, you can gift up to 10 gifted subs, and it will unlock a luck reroll, admittedly on this channel. If you wish to do it on other people's channels, I commend you for being saviors and saints, but only in this place will it matter.
Yeah, don't...
Sub to
Oh
Bub.
no, don't accidentally give me 10 gift subs.
If you give me 10 subs, I'll take my shirt off. But
Hold on, I'm going to his channel right now.
And if you give me 20,
Your stream goes down. Bub leaves the call. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll re-roll that. I'll do one re-roll on that will save.
Okay.
What?
7.
dice tell a story.
You have 1
I
luck
feel like
reroll
that
left.
always happens. It's always... This seems serious. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use both.
Okay. 7 it is.
Does my familiar get blind sight yet?
Let's find out. Let's check. You just have a
It
regular
says-
bat, right?
In D&D,
no.
they do it first level.
Oh,
Christy.
Christy with the 20 gifties. That unlocks the 3rd
Christy can decide if I do a third.
And
If I do a
4th.
third one.
luck reroll. Thank you so much,
I need-
Christy. What a
Christy can let me know
saint.
if one of those is for Anju.
Let's find out if your
That's
bat does.
Dosmas, 2 more. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more,
Yeah.
and then we just let it lie.
I
Let's
can't
see.
find it for Pathfinder.
Yes,
18 is much better. I want to
Christy,
look up a bat
the
real
goat.
fast, just to see
What's
if
that?
a bat is going to have blind sense.
That's why I took that familiar, was because it could
It does. It does a blind
detect-
sense 20.
Okay.
Cool.
The bat does, in fact, have blind sense. Most bats are generally capable of this, even if it is in low range, but you're not entirely certain how far away Anju was at this point. Not if he's much further than 20 feet, he's not much further than that.
I'm not looking for Anju. I'm looking for something besides Anju.
Okay, so then you would need to communicate that to Squeaks.
Wakes the goat. Or he the bat. He's a bat.
Can you sense anything besides our friends?
When you glance down to Squeaks, you've sort of ignored Squeaks. You've been kind of in your own little world, adjusting
I?
to your own body. You've been trying to figure out. You've had to learn how to walk again. Your tail consistently sweeps things off of tables, knocks bookshelves to the side. You're stronger than you know. And while Squeaks has been at your side the entire time, you've had to focus on learning how to basically be a kid again. Do the most basic of basics. But now when you lean down to your shoulder, as you set your staff to the ground, Squeaks does just that. Squeaks to your shoulder, into your ear. Sounds a little different. And when you focus upon Squeaks, you realize that Squeaks looks a little different too. Patches of his hair and fur have started to shred and shape away from his body. And he has similarly started to dawn in the lowest part of his abdomen. Platinum scales.
He's a dragon!
Dragon bat.
Got a little baby dragon. Do you think if he flies up in the storm cloud, he'll grow like Eberron in the movie? And then you can ride him?
Yeah.
Dude, spoilers.
That movie was terrible.
This takes you for a moment, but as you begin to say this, Squeaks utters, understanding what you're asking, and will alert you if anything changes.
Okay.
Okay, so did I pass that will save?
You did, in fact, pass the will save.
So am I able to make it back to them?
Yes.
To where I'm trying to establish
You focus.
visual.
You focus on the details in front of you, to the ways that the voices mutter to you that you've heard them now for a long time. Maybe Marian is the newest, and you haven't quite learned that pattern. But you know Cain. You could pick the right Cain out of a crowd of Cains. You find your way back, and you nearly stumble over the top of them. Your vision has fallen to about 5 feet. Squeaks immediately alerts you to let you know that someone is closing the gap. Not fast, admittedly, but the pressure of their squeak, their echolocation, seems to emit loudly so and then softer, and it's something you've noticed that as something nears you, that echo seems to fall off. Curious, does Anju stop speaking at all, or does he continue speaking?
I think once Anju has visual on everybody, he's gonna talk to them and ask, like, just ask about the fog, because like the fog clearly like because I've heard them speak as well. Like, yeah, I'll just ask, is the fog echoing anybody else's voices back to them? Is anybody else hearing themselves? Who is that? One of those was not me.
I heard myself.
I heard you too. So that, can I like look over my shoulder back to where the fog originally appeared? Like, I don't know.
You can.
Anju doesn't know. Anju is very out of his element.
You glance over your shoulder and your vision falls. It is sheets of satiny white. The moisture begins to build up over your face. It hits you a few times on the brow. Some of it kind of gleans into your eye. It's raining, but it's not coming from above. It's hitting you in the face as if something is pushing it out from themselves.
It's raining sideways.
We should find the horses and then all walk together in a straight path in one direction until we're out of the fog.
Well, do y'all want to help me get Ivan up, maybe, perchance? Please?
Yeah, Anju will jump down and keep Rudo close, and then yeah, we can just help him back up there. Like, come on, Cain, help me get him up there. We gotta move. And have we? I'm assuming did we have time to like put something like a rolled up shirts and kind of strap him to his side so if he falls, it's not gonna split open again. Can you have granted us that?
I mean, it's feasible. It's feasible to assume that you guys would have access to those things, and you're not completely defenseless, right? You're also not like ill-begotten mentally, so that's a strong chance that you probably would have found ways to support him, especially given the circumstances. This in mind, finding the horses are a struggle. When you call out to them, Stuart, Balthazar, Princess Sophia, none of them respond. You can't hear them.
We light a torch? Does that do anything?
We can touch the earth with our hands and feel for vibrations of moving hoof feet.
Yeah, maybe my horse can sense the others. Do they communicate with each other at all? Is there any sort of mage-bred horses? Are they?
They can communicate to a degree, but it's not the same way that you're communicating with them.
Sure. Anju will awkwardly ask his horse, Ruto, can you see? Can you feel where the others, the horses? Can you help?
Did you dismount?
Yeah, but I've still got the reins.
Rudo gives you basically a staunch nod, this quick like head bop downward in recognition, and then starts to trod. But the moment that the reins stretch to their fullest length, it sounds almost as if they're losing limbs. You hear the traditional the sound of their feet, the hooves clopping. But then the moment that they reach about 10 feet away from you and the rein kind of comes taut, you can still feel it though. But you only hear the sound of 2 hooves until you release or you pull Rudo back.
Yeah, I don't. I could also follow.
Are we still holding hands?
Yeah, maybe that's the
Yeah.
play. Maybe I follow horse out and somebody grabs onto my hand. We kind of make a human link. Y'all heard that? The horse's footfall cut in half. I'm like worried about the horse. I feel like Rudo says she knows where the other horses are. Somebody grab my hand and I will try to follow her. They can't be that far, right? Like we stitched them up right next to the horse. Like it can't be. Can we do that? Can we like stay linked by our forearms and hands, and I can hang onto the reins and like follow in a little bit? Is that doable?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
I mean, it's feasible, yes.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Marian, what you got?
Cain, can you maybe hold on to Ivan? Because I can't lift him with one arm and hold on.
I guess.
And I think like deep down she probably, after what happened, just doesn't really want to be touching Ivan right
Something
now.
feels a bit off.
So I will pawn him off as quick as possible to Cain.
There is
Sorry.
a new voice that stems and breaks from the fog.
Great.
Is anyone there? Anyone at all? I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Don't trust it?
But you just said that loudly.
Dude, you're letting it know where we are.
Hi.
Who's there?
Now you're letting it know where we are.
Is that the captain? Sounds like the captain.
We're under some sort of magical effect.
I'm stuck. I can't leave from this point. I'm stuck.
What do you mean you can't leave?
Who are you?
As in my limbs. They won't move.
I don't know if we trust this, guys. It
Some
tried to
sort of
impersonate
monster,
Anju.
clearly.
I'd hardly say I'm a monster, unless people been still naming all their monsters.
Are you? So your limbs just aren't working? How long have you been here?
I don't know. I just woke up this way.
Wait, are you in the fog too?
Fog. I'm in a tree.
Yeah.
Can see the branches and I can see the bark.
Well,
In the
we're
fog?
not in a tree.
Well,
We're in fog.
I'm having a really hard time turning my head right now. It appears that I've gone constricted, or worse yet, I began to rust.
You're a warforged.
Since the day I was born.
Where are they? Where are we? What is this fog?
Chances are it's not a real person, and we just heard ourselves even.
This,
This
yeah.
thing seems to be able to mimic any voice that it hears.
You guys
Can you
talking to
mimic my-
yourselves out there?
Can you
see the
mimic my voice? I'd like to know how I sound.
Can you mimic my voice? I'd like to know how you sound. Am I close?
I don't
So
think
you
you
can-
can mimic voices.
It literally did Anju's voice. That's what he said.
But was it
You think
him or
Anju was
it
playing?
something
You think
else?
Anju was playing a trick on us?
Well, was it him or was it somebody else? Is there someone else here? There could be multiple things here. We can't see anything.
I can't see anything other than barking limbs.
No fog. Just to confirm, no
My
fog.
head is stuck.
Do you feel wet?
I don't feel much other than stuck.
Jesus, buy him dinner first. Oh my god.
Is there? I think I would like to. Man, I want to light a torch and see
If I just keep talking, can you follow my voice and maybe come find me?
No.
Right into the monster's mouth.
No. We don't know who you are.
Oh.
We can't see 5 inches in front of our faces right now.
Hey, whose horses are these? I can hear them. There's a couple of them.
I'm gonna sprint in the direction.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sprinting. I'm going to start running. You guys better hang on, because they have Stuart. I no longer fucking care about a trick.
Give me a perception, please. 13. Okay, I'll need a will save.
Ooh, button you want me to press, bub?
I mean, as per the Frost rule, I have to ask.
I do not reroll
You
that
do not
once.
reroll that once. You hear the voice, but from the opposite side of you this time.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them.
It moved?
And then it pauses for a moment.
Hold on, I didn't say that.
Okay. And did I hear that from the other side? Like, so behind me I heard there's 3 of them, and then from the other side I heard...
Are the mimics always coming from the same direction?
No.
Fuck this, dude.
I
I'm gonna run
told you
towards
there
the
was
first
multiple
voice.
things.
I'm running towards the first voice.
As you start to break stride
Fuck him.
in the direction of the voice,
Leave him.
you can feel something move over the top of you. You cannot hear exactly what it is. You cannot see exactly what it is because your vision has been brought down to its shortest sight.
What about Squeaks? How's Squeaks feeling about things around
You
us?
can wave your hand in front of you, and it fades out post the length of your arm. So
Squeaks, how many bogeys?
Squeaks just clicks, squeaks a few times, but has no response. But as this thing begins to shift and move over the surface, once it coalesces closest to you, you hear the sound of the trees above you spread and split as if bowing from its massive weight or the sheer size of its presence. And then you feel the fog move and the rain briefly stop before it moves over the top of you again. Something vast, think, like as large as the captain's ship. But you saw no flame. You felt no heat from an elemental driving it. But I'm gonna guess that it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop Ivan from moving.
Stuart could be in trouble, bro.
Stuart could be in trouble.
I just promised him I wouldn't let him die.
You dash in the direction that you heard the voice.
I guess I'll just keep making noise. Just follow it in this way, and if you find me, I don't know where I am.
And then again from behind you.
Yeah, I guess if it's beneficial, then maybe I should let you know that the horses are moving again. Maybe you should come this way instead.
And the voice continues to pervade all the way around you.
Well, Anju's like thinking out loud. When it mimicked my voice, it sounded like it was saying something like that I was about to say. Like, you know, is it a mimic or is it like echoes from the future? You know, it's weird. The horses are moving. How do we know? So only the mimicked voice is mentioning the horses. It can see the horses.
No, he mentioned him first.
Correct.
Yeah.
Did he? He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't think it's a voice from the future. I think it's pretty clear that Ivan's really attached to the horses.
So every time we hear the real Warforged voice is coming from the same direction. Or is it not?
It's coming from a direction beyond you where you were piloting your horses, where you were driving your horses.
But there is like a singular direction where some of the voices are coming from, and then
Correct.
there's a
And
collection
it
of
just
voices
seems
that
to be
are coming from
bounding
anywhere.
from a variety of
Yeah.
directions, yes.
I swear I don't like it when it talks like that for me. It sounds like me. Well,
Tell me your name.
if I say my name, will you come get me out of this tree?
I'm on the way.
Can't stress enough. Can't see 5 feet in front of our faces.
What,
Cannot stress this
what
enough.
if the other voice that sounds like me knows my name too?
It doesn't seem like it does yet, or else it would have said it.
Again,
The voice from behind and beyond, it seems to be sweeping around you in several directions.
I don't know my own name. I was never given a name.
Again, in front of you in the directions you started sprinting in the first place.
I was definitely given a name. I'm a C3R unit. They call me Reckoner.
And the voice again behind you.
That's right. I was of the 3rd Unit Battalion Reckoner.
It doesn't know who you are. It can just mimic your voice.
This sucks, Anju says.
I am going to. I'm alone at this point in the fog, right? I've dashed ahead of them.
I mean, has anybody tried to stop him? Is anyone like holding on to his white tee?
I mean, I was about to try to get him up onto the horse, but I feel like
I didn't think he could dash off.
it would have been a surprise to see him run into the fog. I don't know if we would have been. I don't.
That's the question, Anju. Would you run after him if you saw Ivan bolt away? Despite the sass, right? Despite the attitude, the lump of ogre flesh.
No, I think Anju. Yeah, I think Anju would stick with the remainder of the group. Anju was not trying to wander into the fog alone anyway. let alone, like.
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys
I
don't
know.
care about your horses.
I have my horse.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's
Really
true. You
don't.
do have your horse.
Ivan, as you begin
Wait,
to
no, don't
sweep
go.
in the direction of the voice, everything starts to sort of pour around you. The sensation of his voice is still loud enough in your head. You are confident you know the direction of where he is. You continue to move, but you run for what feels like a while, all while almost shuffling through this dense, thick fog. It becomes more and more difficult to sweep through it. It's like a bizarre current. Some moments it seems to pull you faster, and then others it's pushing against your body, preventing you from quickly moving with any form of haste whatsoever. You can feel your hair sweep over your shoulders, deftly so. The looseness in your clothes pick up and it grows taut in your chest. You can feel the cool breeze and the cold water hit your face. As you bolt away from the group, everything falls deaf and deathly silent. We return to Cain and Marian, where you two stand, where you are hearing them communicate. This figure who is calling himself Reckoner stops speaking. Ivan stops speaking.
Ivan.
Anju
He's dead.
sounds far away.
Not helpful.
When he was
Not helpful.
near you moments prior.
Are we not holding on to each other still?
Anju was removing himself from his horse. He's holding onto his horse.
I mean, I think the 3 of us and my horse can all see each other currently.
Okay, so you're holding on then?
I
think
thought
so.
we were. I thought
Okay.
we were.
All right, that's the
I
clarity
was
that I
holding
needed.
on to Ivan until he took off.
Sure.
I told them all, let's hold hands, and
Yeah.
then I suggested that we walk in one direction. But then the horses came up. I said we should find the horse, then we should all walk in one direction. But
Do we try to Maybe we should all. Like, why don't we all just hold on to each other and go in the direction that he was?
Because that's where the evil monster is.
Well, no, the evil monster is ahead of us, right? The way we were headed.
Nobody knows.
And who knows if it's evil? Let's not make value judgments.
But we just heard Anju's voice from a different area than he is, though, right? That's true.
Correct.
It could be benign, spooky, scary doppelganger fog. You never know.
So true.
Could be nice.
It's very magical.
Oh yeah.
Not a natural fog.
The three of you begin to hear the sound of squeaks, panic. His regular noise shudders, bleakly so, in panic. And when he flaps his wings in that terrified notion, there is a glint from the platinum-like scales on his belly. Squeaks is horrified. You can't see it yet. But the communication between the caster and the familiar expresses the terror of the hunt.
Week says we need to leave right now.
Leave where? Let's go after Ivan. Come on. Let's just there's nowhere to go but
if you wish to walk into the jaws of this enemy, then so be it.
What we don't know what direction we are literally surrounded. This is on top of us.
I don't mean to interrupt this, but should we be talking in silly voices so it doesn't mimic our actual voices? Or is that... Because I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah, no. That's a great idea. I'll do Cain's voice. We should run away.
Do you not think that we should talk regularly and it can mimic this as well?
I don't know, but it's a bit more menacing and maybe it will confuse it. I don't know.
Well, bloody hell, we should follow Ivan.
I agree.
Right, Anju?
Squeaks immediately tucks himself into your robes. The only time that happens is when the metaphorical shit has hit the fan.
We're going to die now.
Ivan?
I need a perception, please.
Hello?
From everyone.
I perceive.
You can try.
I perceive.
I'm gonna use a reroll.
I perceive. Oh, God, I used 3 on that will save. What was that will save even for?
You succeeded.
We'll
it doesn't matter.
We'll find it. It doesn't matter.
You succeeded.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. The only person that hears, because they can't see, is Cain. Perhaps it's the benefit of subsuming this new race of yours when you inadvertently fled from being human to embracing the body of a dragonborn. Your senses were heightened. And you were certain that something is circling you. It's faint, but you can hear the sound of gravel splitting from the cobblestone. You can feel the whoosh of a tail catch onto the wind and break it. You briefly hear the sound of the muted water droplets where it should be hitting either you or the ground behind you. It catches something else. And the others spin, looking, still putting on these silly voices. And you can hear something moving silently. It's moving eerily like the fog. And then you can hear it. A pause. No more split cobble. No stone rotating or grinding off of stone. The rain falls stagnant and quiet similarly, and you can hear the pursed breath. Some creature. A canine. But you don't see it. Do you say anything?
Okay.
Do you do anything?
I cast Summon Monster.
Okay. What would you like to summon?
The suspense.
I will summon a pony.
Don't gift sub me.
Wait.
Does it do that?
Does it what? I summon a pony.
You summon a pony.
Says I can summon a pony. I don't.
It's not.
I was looking at chat.
Not a vastly large
okay.
horse, admittedly. It's small, significantly smaller than your magebred steed. But it's here for 3 rounds. Do you command it to do anything?
Send the pony into the fog towards the sound to attack.
Okay. You're commanding a pony to attack us.
I am.
I love that. I love it. It's like
I tried to give you the ogre meat as bait, but
magic missiling the darkness is my favorite. Okay. Perfect. All right. You send the pony into the mist, the fog, if you will. And the moment it breaks sight, you hear the sound of something rapidly hitting the cobble and earth, and then you feel your extraplanar break as your spell was unsummoned, as the creature was destroyed.
Okay.
There was no save. There was no damage dice.
Okay.
It simply ceased to exist the moment that it broke from your vision.
I cast Summon Swarm in the same spot.
The moment that you cast Summon Swarm, where normally it would charge forward in a direction and destination that you've aimed it at, your swarm, which is, what are you summoning? Bats, rats, or spiders?
Bats.
The bats lag and pause, and when they try to flap their wings, their bodies freeze. A swarm of bats have sprung forth from your hands, and they're frozen in air like they've been captured in ice. Marian, Anju,
All I got.
you witness this. You see it. And
That's
now
not
you can
normal.
feel it moving around you. And as you're watching, I need a reflex from Anju. It's really good.
I got no idea what's going on.
You feel the cord, the rain itself in your hands where it was taut. You're expecting Rudo to also remain taut from this. She's just inside her field of vision, and you're glancing as you're witnessing this foray, this almost flower of ice emit from the hands of Cain, this newly founded dragonborn wizard. And then you feel the reins go limp. Your hand lags with it, as it was taut previously. And Rudo is no longer there.
So I'm just holding unattached reins?
Do you pull them up and glance at them?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull.
When
My
you,
instinct would be to pull.
When you pull them up and you sort of look at them, I need a survival check. Let's see if you can determine this.
Oh, God.
Okay, it's not bad. If you'd like to, you can give me a knowledge nature to narrow the playing field down. Very good.
Huge.
Very good. It was quickly snapped through by sharp canine-like teeth. Their teeth are very different. These are standout creatures. And you've had to live amidst some parts of the world, and naturally being a cat, you've learned about common enemies. And yes, there is the trope, there is the stereotype that cats and dogs, right? But you've had to be very careful. It's better to know your enemy. These are jackal teeth. They're split. These aren't moldered through, like someone grinding through the leather. These are cinched like scissors. There's a split that makes you think it's canine teeth. Only a handful of dogs it could be like. Certain breeds of gnolls, dogmen. Not too many large dogs either. But there's a pinch in the leather which makes you think jackals. But jackals aren't exactly native to this area. Do you say anything?
I feel like he would mutter just jackal. Like, jackal? Like, just under his breath, you know, like, or at least it would be audible, but he's not like saying it to anybody. He's confused and just kind of says it out loud because it rings a bell. And I guess he would probably assume, like, the most familiar thing would be, like, dog folk, right? Like, I don't know. This is all so disorienting.
Something of sorts, yeah.
Fuck, and the horse. I have no idea what to do.
And there's a long
and I
pause.
Cast Grease.
There's a long pause as you're attempting to discern what's happened. It makes you very uncomfortable. Every part of this, you're so incredibly out of your elements that each of you pause and wait. You wait, and it hangs in the air before finally you see something catch your field of vision. You think at first your eyes are playing tricks on you, but no. The air thickens around you. The trees drawing close. You can hear them bending and bowing. Something commands it, not like the pressure of the ape that you had seen in Vior Malek's jungle garden. But no, this is something that sings to it, that speaks its language. The trees weave and loom like sentinels leaning in to listen. The mists curl low and heavy. And somewhere just ahead, a flickering of light. The dim glow of light and rhapsody, like moons glow, but you know that it's still daytime. You've only been on the road for 30 to 40 minutes. There, poised atop of some of the root-tangled earth, stands a jackal. Now, if you don't know what a jackal is, Google it so you understand. It's easy. It's somewhere between a fox and a wolf. They're thin-limbed, semi-broad-chested. Big ears.
Big funny ears.
Yeah.
They look like the head of Anubis. The head of Anubis is a jackal.
Similar, yeah.
Oh.
But this one seems completely different. This one's significantly larger. And its coat gleams with impossible colors. Twilight purples, pale silvers, hints of gold like frost catching the last light of dusk. The patterns along its fur shimmer subtly so, never quite the same twice. As though the stars themselves are painted into their coat. Its eyes find yours, mismatched and luminous, one like a cracked amethyst, the other a pool of molten gold. Intelligent. Ancient. Judging. The jackal takes a breath and a single step forward. And you can hear the hush of the forest deepen. No birds, no breeze, no breath, just the faint musical chimes of something sudden and not of this world. Its nose lifts slightly, sniffing the air in your direction slowly and deliberately. And much to your surprise, it speaks. Not in a growl, not in a snarl, but in perfect common tongue, clear and feminine, with a voice like wind. She sings.
She is claimed. That one.
Her nose juts forward in the direction of Marian. And in a blink, the jackal turns, and its body is swathed in a sea of black. It moves again, and you follow the motion of the air around it, filling the space that it once occupied, and the light around you returns to the dull natural gray of the forest. But still it remains.
I can smell
Friend of yours?
You are the kin of Roth.
She says a name unfamiliar to you, but her eyes never quite stop judging your movement, watching every pulse of the veins flicker across your wrist that ripple up the length and nape of your neck. She's watching you like you are a stunted picture show. Each of you. And when her eyes turn, the violet eye spins to look at the plumage of bat and ice from the hand of the dragonborn man. The violet eye winces, closed, and when it opens again, the ice shatters and it turns to butterflies and wildflowers that flow through the wind.
Like, Anju's gonna take a step back, like, behind Marian. Like, he's got his bow at the ready, though. He is, like, ready to fire if he has to, I think. Hey, dude. Do you know this lady?
Me?
Yeah, I think she's talking to you.
I'm gonna be so real. I have no clue what's going on right now.
This is the second very deliberately magical being that's claimed to know you in the last 2 days.
I'm telling you, I just have one of those faces. I do not know this.
I don't really need extra baggage. If
you
know what I mean.
You've got the wrong girl.
She takes
Not
a few
us.
steps closer, and you immediately get the scent of her hair. It's the scent of rain on stone, of moss wrapping trees like a lover's embrace.
Is this a siren jackal?
Above board, it's a fey beast.
Oh.
Above board, what is
yes.
that?
They're fairykin.
They come from their own plane of existence. I think it's the Fey realm where shit gets real weird.
Oh,
Clearly.
Wait, so a fairy is trying to out me right now? Awesome. Okay, continue.
Many such cases.
The sweeping afterimage of glowing eyes and an undeniable feeling. Something just saw you, Marian, for what you truly are. And the look that it gives you, while you've never seen this creature before, the face of judgment, the face of knowing.
Secrets aren't forever.
The lips never furl, they never twist, and move, but all of you can hear. Ivan, even you, on the wind in your darkest place right now, something says she is claimed, and then 15 to 20 seconds pass, and you hear secrets aren't forever. And you know the destination and direction. You're certain of it. It's a beacon. It is a lighthouse in a dark space where you are bereft of vision and all of your senses are screaming to you into such a need. The voice sounds like honeysuckle on a babe's lips. You don't just want it, you desire it. It is air. When you struggle to breathe, it is warmth when your body shivers from cold.
What do you want?
Are we fighting this thing?
Can you
just go, please?
You got the wrong guys. We're actually just some
Where
little
are
guys.
our horses?
I walk with the fog.
Yeah, clearly.
It is my
We figured that part out.
I adhere. I must stay with the fog.
What did...
Well, can we leave the fog?
Please?
You may try.
He said the thing.
Your success is not beholden to me.
What do you want? I ask again.
I merely watch the Weeping One.
And her muzzle flashes up. And when she does this, you can see a gout of air catch and break through this fog. It whips and splits it like an ocean. And for a brief moment, you can see the daylight again. For a brief moment before it is swept into darkness and shadow, because something massive swims through the canopy of trees like something would through the ocean. You see its body, an off-white, beige, almost by design. It's not scaled. Its skin has various rocky crenellations over it. And you briefly witness what you can only think is a fin that sweeps over the top of the tree line just inside of your vision through the fog as well. And it takes about 8 seconds of it swimming before it comes out of your vision.
I'm here for her. The Weeping One.
Well, why is the Weeping One here? Can y'all just keep going? We're trying to go somewhere.
Who's the Weeping One? Who's the Weeping One? I'm asking this jackal.
Again, the muzzle flashes upward to the sky.
Got it. Sorry. Got it. Can we tell what is up there? What it is?
You don't know what it is. You have no idea what it is. You feel like you saw
dragon.
The fin of a vast sea creature, but you're nowhere near the water. Nor have you ever heard of a sea creature swimming through trees.
It's the windfish.
The windfish.
Oh, this is so high above my pay grade.
I wonder if we can eat that.
What do we...
She takes a step closer to you, almost in question, Marian. And she can sense your inhibition.
You smell like her. Like Roth.
Who is Roth?
She is in your blood.
I don't have any relatives.
Silly child. Yes, you do. You'll meet her soon. Your skin sweats of her call.
I don't want to.
No, thank you.
Actually, okay. Okay, you can tell her she can delay the visit, maybe send a note first or something. I'm not really in the mood for
Ivan?
meet family.
Yo.
You hear exactly what this thing says as well, though you can't quite make out what it is. I would like for everyone to give me a knowledge history DC 22 or a knowledge nature DC 30.
I shall not roll. Can't even.
Yeah, I can't hit that.
Which one do
Even
you
if I
want?
had 20.
History?
History 22 or a nature 30.
Try my best.
And I can try.
I literally cannot hit those numbers on either of those.
Cain. Roth is not a name that you've heard in a long time. It's part of a child's tale. It's a fairy tale of sorts. It's kind of iconic and ironic even that it's coming from something that is seen as a fae beast. Roth was once seen as a fairy in the realm of fae. And some direct actions had her cast aside from the rest of her kin. And she was cursed to live amidst a race that she loathed. Let me get you a description here.
God, can we just go one fucking day without some divine intervention fucking bullshit? You know what? At least the voices are on the outside for a change.
Yeah. Can we just we don't have to dredge up my past every episode. We can just let me be
I mean, hey,
for a minute.
as far as your party knows, they've got the wrong girl.
I think for the benefit of this, I will read for you the fairy tale.
Okay.
And it's generally because he got a 25. The DC was 25. Roth. Whisper it to my garden, she'd say. And they did. Long ago, at the edge of the wild wood, lived Roth, the widow, who asked no coin for healing, only a secret. Whisper it to my garden, she'd say. Her herbs cured fevers, her charms calmed storms, but the garden grew tangled, and Roth grew strange. Whisper it to my garden, she'd say. Her hair turned to nettles, her voice to wind in the trees, and one day a lord came to burn her out. Whisper it to my garden, she'd say. He was found a week later, roots in his chest, moss in his mouth. Whisper it to my garden, she'd say. Now they say that she walks the wood still, part woman, part forest. And when you hear her call in the fog, hush. She's only giving you your secrets back so that you can whisper it into her garden.
That's all the creepy story I know.
And so I'm related to a tale? What? Like a fairy tale?
Above board, it's a fable. It's
Fable.
It's
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I did the same thing. It's a fable. Cobalt. I will, if you'd like to, I'm going to encourage you, mostly because it leans into your character design. If you wish to take a desperation die and you can break 30. I will sacrifice all of my luck rerolls to give you a second desperation die for just this check and this check alone.
The devil's bargain.
How many of those you got left from last season?
They reset on season. If I don't use them, I don't use them.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Take the deal.
I'll have no more luck rerolls for the length of the session, which is fine. You roll 2d6.
Fuck! Fine.
It's so low. It's so low.
It was way better deal with 2 of them. I wasn't gonna do it with just 1 because that's a 15%.
Luck's a bitch.
How many luck rerolls do you have?
I've used 1.
Okay. You can use 1.
Okay.
To just reroll 1 die, and you split it to a 6.
Okay. Well.
So 9.
I'll just take the 6 in the place of the 1.
34.
So 8.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I study. Okay.
You're a historian. It's in your line of work. You've always studied text. You're hungry to the point of oftentimes injuring yourself or those around you, as we've seen
Hell yeah, I
season
do.
after season.
Problem.
It is.
Law.
There was something about this fable that always set you kind of off kilter. Whereas in before, in a lot of other fables, they're very direct about the way that they describe creatures, like owlbears or mind flayers or things of that nature. This was one that was constantly referred to as a woman of the forest, and they gave you descriptions of her. And after seeking out other peers in the field that may have more knowledge adherent to it, you were able to discover that Roth is recognized as a beset fae that was cast into being a hag.
Oh fuck! You're fucked. You're the offspring of a hag. Gross.
Ew. And this is why she doesn't share her past. Thank you very much. Proving my goddamn point.
Look, if we get out of this fucking situation, Anju's never asking a single question. Just get me out of here.
The jackal looks to you, Marian.
Shit.
If I can sneak away, can I visit you?
Are you? If you do, are you gonna knock, or are you just gonna come right in?
What would you prefer?
Are you bringing your dog?
I would love a warning. You know, that would be nice. Please.
If I can be free, I'll try.
Thank you.
Ivan.
Yo.
The swirling and sweeping fog that continues to encircle you and swallow you from this place while you had that beacon. The voice again from above finally bellows around you.
Well, you're just gonna stand there, or you're gonna... I can see it in below me. Look up.
The extent to which this is not about you, whoever you are right now. And Anju will look up and around.
This is just
for Ivan.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Hey, buddy. Where are my horses?
Look on the other side of me about, I don't know, from the side, 10, 15 feet, I think.
Can I see Stuart?
After you begin moving in that direction, you do, in fact, begin making out the silhouette of the horses, and they begin coming into view. And they've kind of encircled each other. They've gotten very close.
You guys good? You're safe?
Stuart, of all of them, looks to you, and the ears perk up and recognize you, and he takes a step, but he's very hesitant to move from the group before inevitably you get the braying sound of understanding, of relevant accepting.
I'm gonna need a boost to get this guy out of a tree. You mind helping me out?
He takes a few steps forward and he lowers the front part of his legs to drop down and waits for you to stand on his back.
I'm getting on up.
Give me a reflex.
Does he have the strength to do this right now? Bro was bleeding out like 10 minutes ago.
Ivan.
He's freshly sutured. He's got a padding if he falls down.
There's a performance.
You climb abroad the horse, and he stands back up, and your legs shake. You begin to shift as your weight does so, and you rise to meet at about halfway. Your head is about halfway where this Warforged Reckoner is in the tree. It appears at some point in the past, Reckoner was hung here, and the tree grew around him. For all intents and purposes, Reckoner should be dead because the tree has blanched through the the left side of his body and has grown up through him. And you aren't certain that if you free him, he will survive.
Buddy, you're not looking. How are you alive? When did you wake up?
I guess I just woke up. I don't know, probably about the time that creepy fog rolled in.
I think it's the fog that's giving you life.
Well,
I think when the fog goes away, you're gonna die again.
oh, that's not good. Well, that's terrible news.
How did you get here? How did you die originally?
Well, we was part of a marching battalion, and we were headed beyond Trollenport in Zalargo. We were supposed to meet a fleet in the Goblin Nation, but as you can see, it never came to pass.
What year was that?
Oh, what year is it now?
What year is it now, bub?
I give you the current date. It's something like 4463 or something like that.
Sure. I'll relay it.
Sure. And when you do, he goes,
Been asleep. Been asleep for 16 months. 17 months. Hell of a nap.
Would you like me to try to free you, even if it means your death?
Well, I suppose so. I was infantry on foot, and we weren't never promised a means to get buried or burned or nothing. And you see any of my other friends, other Warforged around?
No, we just got here.
I suppose I'm probably the only one.
Would you like to be buried or burned?
Hell, I just want out of the tree.
Let's get you out of the tree then.
Keep my head as a squat can, but I'm certainly not meant to live in this tree.
I'll use my scarf to try to throw up to him and
Sure, you do so. You use the scarf and the abilities that you have. It's magical. You have access to magic, and you've professed and used this several times prior. You know that you probably don't have the raw strength. Like, this tree has grown up around him, but your horse might.
My horse? Yeah. That was the. Yeah, I was gonna tie the scarf to the horse and then to him.
Okay.
That was the yeah.
Okay, sure.
That was the goal originally, was to, I wasn't going to try to pull up to him. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was going to try to pull him down.
So give me a sleight of hand check. I want to see you kind of weave your scarf around him. And for those that are watching at home, this isn't just like a basic linen scarf. It's literally a magical spell that he has access to.
All right, I'll use that one.
That looks good. You use that to sort of bind it up around Reckoner. You get it up around his upper torso, the area that's not been completely destroyed, right? And then you tie it up around the horse, or do you kind of let Stuart have it in the mouth here? What does this look like?
Yeah, I'd do that. Yeah, I'd give it to him in the mouth and just say, "Follow me, bud." And then
Okay.
Start walking away from the tree.
He starts walking, and it reaches the length of the scarf itself, and you can see some of the threads start to grow taut but shimmer because of the arcane weave. And when it begins to like lag in his mouth, his head starts to turn. He starts to pull back, and he's walking away and basically walking in the opposite direction, but still holding on. And you can hear the tree sort of fight against it and warp a little bit. You see something fall out of the tree, and when you glance, it's where the arm had been severed but had been wound up by some branch. And as it falls, you hear him above.
That's not good. That's... I was a lefty. That's not good.
Which is fine. It obviously doesn't matter.
I know
up to
a
this point.
guy. I know a guy that can put that back together. You just got to get down here alive.
And then you hear the snapping noise of the tree splitting away from his body. There is a weird, like, thunking rip noise as you hear this, the body, the torso itself sort of fall from the tree and smack half on the cobble, half on the dirt itself.
Ow. Suppose it's unnecessary. I don't really feel pain.
Yeah, but you knew that was supposed to be painful.
Hey, can you help me set up? This is not... It's not quite the look.
Yeah, I'll prop him up against the tree that I just yanked him out of.
Sure, you do so. And he looks very similar to like Cutlass and Saber from previous seasons, with an exception of the fact that the body, the chassis of his torso, the visor of his face is not as refined. It's not as refined, and that's okay. He seems to be completely okay with that.
So then, what now? Are you alone out here?
No, I've got a group of friends. I should probably go check on them. Are you good here for a while?
I suppose so. Do you really think that when the fog passes that I'm gonna sleep again?
And if that happens, what do you want me to do?
Well, I don't know. You said you knew a guy. They can fix it. He can make it better.
I know a guy that can repair your arm. I don't know if he can bring you back.
Well, I guess I'll just wait here then. Hey, if it's not too much of a problem, could you not leave me alone for long?
I'll leave Stuart with you. He's my best friend. He'll keep you company.
Hello, Stuart. That is a horse. Your best friend is a horse.
We'll grow on you. By the time I get back, he'll be your best friend too.
All right.
Take
Stuart.
off back towards where I think my friends are.
Sure.
Sure, you manage to do so. You kind of bolt back in that direction. It's only natural. You can tell when you break off the path because the cobble beneath your feet quickly becomes just soil. And as you swap over back to the cobble, you can kind of make out the direction and area that they're at. And they seem to be looking in the direction that you are, not really paying a lot of attention to you. But you can't see anything. There's nothing there. And now you're matched back up with a group. The jackal's no longer there. It was actually a jackal.
Good job. You got it.
Guys, I found the horses. And
Good.
the record.
Where are they?
I'll lead you to them. Come on.
So wait, did the jackal disappear in front of our eyes?
As Ivan swept into view, yes.
Ivan, did you see the jackal?
No? There's a jackal?
There was a whole ass jackal.
I heard the
Big
voice.
M Dog's the daughter
Really
of a
interested in
hag.
Marian. Really interested in Marian.
I heard a voice talking about somebody.
Is the fog still around us?
It is, but you can tell it's beginning to dissipate. You hear one more time the sounds of the trees sort of moving as something pushes against the canopy, but the fog is starting to lose the overall existing thickness. Your vision begins to double and then triple in the distance in which you can see. Before finally, you can see not far off, probably 45, 55 feet. Stuart is standing next to a tree, and beyond him, silhouette of other horses.
Where's Rudo?
Rudo is there as well.
Okay.
Come on, guys. I want you to meet the Reckoner. Such a bad name. We should give him a new name.
It's a great name. What are you talking about?
Doesn't seem like that's what he wants to be.
Well, why don't we ask him what he wants to be named?
I am wonderful at giving names.
Can I?
You are.
Yeah.
Can I be the Reckoner?
I don't know. After
Sorry, that's
after the
above board
beauty-
laughter. That's not in-game laughter. That was really funny.
After the beauty that was M-Dog, I feel like Cain is really the namer of the group.
You march over. You begin to walk in the direction of not only the horses, but this figure known as the Reckoner. When you approach him, you are not met with something that is very easy on the eyes. If he were technically living, he would be bleeding out, significantly so. But what does seep from him is very old. It is this mild, like sludge. What you can only guess is like Warforged blood. It's type of oil. And where he lie, his body has been basically bisected at the hip. Something where you can only see what looks like moss, and some bark has kind of not melded to the skin, but has grown across his body. And he has one arm. He's sitting on the upper part of his torso, where it looks as if Ivan has placed him. His head turns to see you.
I didn't have enough time to make friends with Stuart. But you must be friends with the young man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Warforged.
Hi.
Tell us everything you know.
You
Well,
look great. You look great.
hell no, I don't. I'm torn in half.
Okay.
Who are you fighting
Sorry,
for?
I was trying to be polite.
We were fighting for Breland. What do you mean?
What year was it?
It
16
was
months ago.
Exactly 16 months ago.
Did you win?
I suppose not if I was grown from a tree.
Does he
He
look?
was in the tree. Like the tree grew
Also-
around him.
Anju gestures. What? At the whole of his.
Yes.
How are you alive?
I don't know. I felt a spark about me, and
Fog brought him back.
that's what the young man has said, that the fog has brought me back. But I feel strong as ever.
Well,
You know, for a half Warforged, guess it'd be an amazing doorstop.
Would you like us to bring you with us, or do you think that you're going to sleep again soon? Can you tell those things?
Well, I didn't know I was waking up, and I don't probably know when I'm gonna go back to sleep. But I suppose going with you is gonna be easier than staying here, finding myself becoming quite friendly with a tree again.
Is there any good way for us to patch you up? Keep you from leaking?
Well, what would you patch me up with?
Tree?
You got a tree. That's you're funny. You're real funny.
We have a wooden Warforged friend. They were made out of trees.
Ah, friends of the Warforged. That's more than we were ever afforded when I was in infantry. We were simply commanded.
To be honest, we've made a few friends of Warforged. You know Saber?
No, but that sounds like a frontliner if I ever heard one.
He's the right-hand man of head honcho of the Warforged.
Yeah, that don't sound right either. He's probably one of them henchies. You know, they call them red shirts. Well, he's a warforged, so probably an oil slick or something. I don't know. You said you got someone that can try to make me better, and you think after the fog passes I'm gonna die.
I mean, the fog's kind of passed.
Well, I guess I can say that I'm grateful that you were wrong.
It's kind of magic shit. We don't really know.
That
I
being
don't really know what's
said,
keeping you alive.
despite the damage, obvious and significant as it is, I feel rather lively.
That's good. How about
Like
you ride on
my-
the back of Stuart, and we'll make our way to where we're going, and then after that we can take you to see our guy.
Good.
Oh, wasn't that petrified?
Which will you take me to my birth forge? They probably have a new chassis for me.
Where's your birth forge?
Well,
And then he'll start just like he goes into this almost robotic-like sputtering of directions, like compound directions, and it's a lot. It's a lot to immediately write down. But then after a moment, he kind of like knocks, his head turns.
I guess I forgot about it.
No, you just said it.
I did.
I think it was just your internal programming.
Well, it's good then, right? If the programming's still gramming, then I'm pro to go. Why don't we load up on Stewart here and hit the dusty trail?
Do we know where that is, where he says? Can we, like, pinpoint that on a map?
No, I don't think you guys can.
That's fair.
Kind of in a hurry.
This would be an immensely difficult check. It is a memory test, and Marian can't make it.
Okay.
Wait, why? Oh, because my memory's been fucked with?
No, you can't make it because it's pre your time in game.
You weren't there.
God forbid a woman spawn in a little late.
What are we rolling for?
It's go ahead and click your wisdom.
I ain't knowing.
You're so wise and powerful.
No shot, dude. Anju, you vaguely remember those directions. You when you were met before White Hearth, you had a puzzle in the Glasslands just outside the Mournlands. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It gave out directions.
We had to light the fires of the hearths. Of
Yeah, we did the hearth puzzle, and
there was like a red herring the whole time that we had to just ignore.
Those coordinates line up. Those coordinates line up to one of the locations that were believed and purported to be a forge.
So not the one that we went to, but a different one.
Correct.
Is it in the Mournlands?
It is not.
Cool.
It is not in the Mournlands. It is far enough away. It might be easier for you to find a forge smith in the next town over, maybe in Trollenport even, which would generally mean that you have access to Reckoner until he either dies or you send him on his way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
is there
not
any way that we
exactly.
can patch him up, or is it kind of just?
You don't have the tools. You don't have the workbench. You only know of one person that you've come across in-game up to this point that has had access to both the tools and not only that, but the knowledge and time. And your last encounter with him made him hard as rock.
Not my first time I've done that to somebody.
Yes, that is accurate. So if you could make your way back to Rendell and free him from his cage, his stone home, then it might
We
be
don't know
a
that
bit
he's still
easier.
stoned. We don't know.
True.
You're
That
right,
is true.
because you wouldn't let me go back to the university.
'Cause we
Everybody was
didn't
like, "You should
check."
leave."
I mean,
Oh, Rendell.
is there no war going on still?
I feel like there's always wars.
Well, why don't we talk about this Let's get on the horses so we could catch up on the last 16 months on the way, yeah?
Yeah, those the coordinates you're telling us about. That lines up with, but that's not on our way. We could take you.
We know
to
a
the,
guy. We know.
We
a
could
guy.
take you to the nearest, perhaps, but we can't. We're kind of in a hurry.
Well, you could always take me to the Master Forge in Sera, down at.
He pauses for a moment. You see, and you hear like the creaking of his neck there.
Down at White Hearth. That's the Master Forge right there.
We blew it up.
About that. Yeah.
It was kind of being used to like summon Tiamat. Like it was like a whole thing. We had like saved the planet, the world,
Flesh
also from the
walls.
Mornlands, and we can't go there.
The flesh walls were begging for the release of death. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. Anyways, let's throw you on Stewart. Don't worry, we're friends with Warforged,
Yeah.
like we said.
Nobody can go to the Mornlands. That's what they call the area that houses the forges.
But
and
we did go
I
there
think
successfully.
Okay,
we did.
we're
but we
really
would
cool.
rather not go back.
Yeah, it was
It
really
also
scary.
stands to reason you would be here longer than 16 months, considering a tree has grown around you as well. It probably was
Fog could've
many,
done that.
many years.
Fog could have done that. Fog did some weird shit.
It made trees grow through Warforged.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
He's not rusted.
Sure.
It's not an exact convergence
If
of,
you want us to leave you with the tree,
of objectives here, but maybe we can.
we can leave you
Everything
with
that
the
you have
tree.
delivered me with is awful news.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
It's
well,
tree or Stewart.
maybe not the best time, but
Well, that's fine.
What
If the Master Forge is down, then you can find any agent of House Caineth. They're smiths. They're good at fixing me. That's kind of what they're known for. So help me find someone of House Caineth, and I'll be right as rain.
Yep, let's do that.
Did you blow up all of House Caineth too?
No.
Why did you say it? I don't believe you.
it's
No smile?
no.
No, winky face?
I can't smile or winky face. What the hell is going on?
Just get on the fucking horse. We'll get you fixed or you'll die on the way. It's either one.
You know,
Well, you have a mouth on you.
I'm the one that saved your ass.
I don't have an ass to be saved.
Did you have an ass before?
I don't really know. It wasn't built into my programming to check.
now that you mention it.
Exactly. So get on the fucking horse. Do you see this giant split down my side? Do you see this giant scar on my arm?
No,
Can you not see?
I see just fine, but I don't see no split, no scar.
Oh my god.
You have no scars. You have no wounds.
What?
The fog!
I didn't do that.
The fog. It
What
had
the-
to have been the fog.
That's a bluff. It's not a performance.
sorry.
It's a bluff.
Can I not use my perform as a bluff? Is that
No.
No. In
Little
this case,
dirty
you're
cheater.
no? One of my things allows me to side it. It allows me to like use my my perform.
Yeah. Some of it can.
Must have been the fog, guys.
Hey Ben, you want to make a sense motive for me?
Oh, I would love to.
I really hope it's like a 10.
If I have a plus 10. It's minimum 11. Spoiler alert.
You know,
Spoiler alert. I'm matching it.
you can tell he is admittedly surprised to a degree, but you don't buy the ruse.
I'm gonna give him a knowing look. I'm just gonna do the.
If the fog
Got
brought
some
him back to
splaining
life,
to do.
it obviously could have given you. Check for your scars. Check any scars that you have.
I didn't get wounded.
You don't have any scars from your entire life.
I'm
Checks
pristine.
You've never gotten scarred ever.
I haven't lost ever.
Cat-like reflexes, dude. Don't try to
Look at my win streak.
Don't try to turn this around.
I've had like 3 battles. They've been with you guys. Haven't lost a single one.
The KD ratio is off.
So wait, so hold on. Let me understand you for a moment before it gets too far. You told me that your best friend was the horse, and then you tried to just lie to my face and tell me that you had scars. Lots.
I had scars.
He did. They have mysteriously disappeared.
You came back to life after years of being dead. That fog obviously did something, or maybe it was the tree. I was the only one that got near the tree.
Yeah, I suppose there is some truth in as such. But I can tell clean as day that the others don't believe you. Not a bit. Is this not surprising to anyone else? No one surprised? Scared? Scorned? Nothing?
I'm gonna put you back in the fucking tree if you don't show
Anju takes a moment to reflect on how commonplace all of this crazy shit has become. It's surprising, but we've seen weirder. Like, honestly.
I'm used to Ivan being a lying, treacherous person. Personally.
That's not helpful.
He tried to leave me behind in Whitehearth, I'm told.
You wrote the book on leaving people behind. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's kind of to deflect away from me and
I
me
am
being
not.
the subject of the conversation.
I'm better now.
The fog is dissipating, and
you
we're
just
bickering
talking
while
to the fire inside you or something.
It gave me a much better feeling than when the dark forces of Tiamat were whispering into my brain.
Reckoning, I would make peace with death again real quick at the moment.
My name is Reckoner.
Sorry.
Is that your name or is that just your title?
That's what I was assigned.
Reckoner
You
Ralph.
strike me more as a Bill, personally.
Would you like to choose your name?
What's wrong with Reckoner?
You
kind of sounds like a harbinger of death.
I think it's a great name and it's perfect for you.
And if you want to be
Cool
a
as
harbinger
fuck,
of death,
honestly. It's
that's
cool
really
as fuck
cool.
name.
But you just
We
seem to have
shouldn't
more
be
of a
naming the
personality
dead
than that.
Warforged.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
You were born again. You get a second life. You can choose to change your name if you want.
Technically, you are dead. You're just inside of a bottle.
I'd like it to be a really, masculine Warforged name, like Arsenal or Caliber.
How about Bruiser or Pumpernickel?
Like the bread?
or
yeah, Pumperknuckle.
You're not allowed to name me.
Damn it.
Oh, that's tough because he is actually he's the official namer of
Yeah, tell him
people.
what you gave a nickname to Marian.
Big M Dog.
Big M Dog.
Wait.
Or Little M. Big or little.
Ivan, that's the first time you've said my name correctly.
I've said your name correctly the last 10 times. You just are misogynistic towards men.
I've not experienced that firsthand.
That's not how any of this works. That's not what that word means.
Something's
Anju lying.
gotten into you, Ivan. I'm not sure what's going on, but your wound should not be healed.
Yeah, we're gonna.
was the fog.
We can tell you're lying.
Sure it was. Sure it was.
Just admit something's up.
Okay.
You feeling all right? Got a fever there.
I feel like the best we can do for you is we can bring you to where we're headed, where they have a forge there. They have somebody who's familiar with Warforged in
Trollenport.
Trollenport.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
To say Rogueport.
Those gnomes are so good at the forge and blending magic weave and stuff. They're probably. Oh, I had a good. Can I be called Gunny? I always like that.
You can
Gunny?
whatever
I like
you want,
that.
buddy.
Gun for short.
Yeah, I'm Gunny.
So if they in Trollenport rebuild you, will you live again? I forget how this works.
Why would he die?
Yeah, why would I die?
Why would putting him back together kill him?
No, he's presumably gonna die on the way.
Yeah, that's true. He's leaking fluids. We should get moving.
Or
he's gonna die.
He's already dead. So alive temporarily now because of fog.
Wounds healed because of fog.
I don't think that's the case.
Do they? And
I don't know.
But listen, I'm asking, once you die again, because the fog is dissipated, presumably, will you being repaired bring you back to life? Is that how that works?
I don't know. Do I look like a member of House Kenneth?
I just...
You just asked me how my non-existent ass was, and I'm missing an arm, and I just came back to awaken after 16 months, and I just gave myself a name, and that feels very grounding. And
don't name yourself. You'll just get attached.
All right, Anju, I want you to do what you did to the ogre. You remember?
No, I'm not gonna kill him. No, he's my friend. Donnie, we're friends,
Can we
right?
take his head then?
well, I suppose we're friends. You saved me from the tree, so yeah, it makes us close as friends.
Evil tree.
I don't think it was evil. It didn't like seem evil. Oh, that sounds less than factual, but I'm just gonna roll with the punches. I'm sorry if I don't know what to say or do right now. This is all very overwhelming.
He's going to be too heavy with his upper torso to carry on horseback anyway.
Stuart's incredibly strong. Way stronger than Bitch B.
I don't think we need to. I think we have to leave. I think we have to leave this guy.
Did you just insult my animal?
I don't think we can bring this guy. We're so late. We gotta go.
I feel like maybe we should try to stop bickering, and if we're gonna continue to bicker about the strength and size of our horses, maybe we could have a horse measuring contest on the way, and just head out. Please.
Balthazar will fuck Stuart up.
You poisoned him this morning with coffee.
I didn't. Anju fixed it.
You seem really nice, Gunny. Was it Gunny?
It's Gunny.
Look at it this way. Not many people get a second chance at life. But people who do get a second chance at life, it ends after about... How many minutes has it been? And that's okay too. Sometimes...
Stop setting him up to die.
Yeah, I'm not dead yet, so...
You're being a real Debbie Downer. He literally said he can't feel when he dies. We're gonna turn around. He's not gonna be awake. He's not gonna feel anything. He's not even gonna be sad about it.
That's right. Classic Deborah depression pants. You need to chill out.
I'm just speechless. It hasn't...
And Mr. Dragon Man, I don't know who Bitch B is, but he seems wonderful. And Big Mim, Little M,
Are we...
you seem like you are also wonderful, and like you don't know what is happening here right now. I can understand it's a bit overwhelming. Can you strap me to the back of the horse so we can go?
Yes?
What?
Team consensus? Yes?
Yeah.
Going to
What would
slow us
Sera
down,
do?
but fine.
Well, it's not going to slow us down more than the endless bickering of us all together.
I've been ready to go for 3 hours.
I was born ready to go. So let's do it.
Daughter
The
of a
bitching
hag.
runs in the family over there.
I feel like... Oh.
How heavy
Not
is
you.
this
Not
guy?
you, Marian. No, it's
How-
not you. That was Balthazar and Cain.
Why did you know that I was getting defensive?
How did you? Excuse me.
Wait.
You were getting defensive.
But how did you clock it so quickly? I didn't even
How-
say a word yet. We know each other
How-
so well already.
How much does he weigh? How?
I'll put him on the front of my horse and I'll cradle him as if he was a romantic partner.
The upper torso is, even with a single arm, and you're looking at like the makeshift, what remains of the rib cage and the chest plate plus the head, you're probably looking at about 120 to 130 pounds.
It's not that bad.
It's just like another person. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
It's no big deal at all.
Just a whole other person.
Slow us down.
Of course, Sarah's not here to be the tiebreaker vote either.
Look, you could take me out of the vote. You know,
The tiebreaker
I'm
vote
still a
is
newbie.
him. He
No.
wants to go.
I kind of hope to be alive.
Yeah, no shit. Sorry.
You're literally playing with somebody's life right now. I thought
I
we were
want
supposed to
you
be
to
the group
swear
of
allegiance
lives.
to us
I
forever
didn't
before we take
reanimate
you.
the corpse,
I
okay?
don't think he did either.
Yeah, it's
Tell us you'll never backstab us or betray us. Give us your word.
I can't reach my back even a little bit.
it was our backs. But either way, can we trust you? Are you gonna be a friend, or are you gonna, as soon as you get repaired, are you gonna come after us?
I don't have a reason to hurt you. You pulled me from a tree, and you just said we're friends. Why would I hurt you?
If you got a directive.
We can't go around naming every reanimated corpse.
Who
we
is
run
your
into,
commander?
guys.
Who is your commanding officer in the battle?
Well, I don't know who my commanding officer was, so to speak, but we often answered to XK-17. He went by Spitfire.
That
Cool
is
name.
pretty badass.
He's like Spitfire and Starscream would really get along.
You know someone else named Starscream?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool name, isn't it?
It's a very intense name. Does he actually scream stars?
Yeah. Well, like
Wow.
screams like with the intensity of a star, but not like actual. That would
Oh.
destroy the entire planet instantly.
Yes,
Stars produce light,
Ivan-
not noise.
Have you ever
Ivan,
been
you're
close to
perfectly
one?
healed now. You're strong as a horse. If,
Yeah, yeah.
if we're bringing him, you do it.
I literally said he could ride on my horse this entire time.
Then fucking let's go.
Your new
The second he slows us down.
your new regenerative powers don't happen to be linked with your new ink powers, do they?
We can talk about that on the
This is a
road.
strange coincidence that all these things seem to be appearing all at once in a short amount of time.
Deny it.
I'm gonna.
It was the fog.
We already know that's a lie. You can come up with another one if you want.
I would like to note that at this point, Marian is fully just sitting on the fucking horse, staring forward,
Sure.
listening to the conversation, but not acknowledging any of you at this point.
Yeah, Anju. I was literally about to say that Anju also mounts his horse. We're fed up. If we're bringing him, you're doing it. And the second he slows us down, it's gonna be like, sorry, man. We don't even know if he's gonna keep. We don't even know if he's gonna. Whatever. This is your pet. You found him. This is your stray.
He's not a pet. He's a
Fuck
guy.
the Warforged. What? He just miraculously healed himself, and he's drips
listen,
everywhere.
there's plenty of things we need to get into, but we need to be on the way. Like we have to ride.
All right, Balthazar, to me.
We can talk on the road. We are gonna be. What is it like? 8 days at full speed?
Yeah. We have 2
Yeah,
days
we
left,
got
right?
plenty of time to fucking interrogate the mysterious healing of wounds and the lying about it.
I've got questions.
I mean, we should have some questions for you, but
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Maybe it was him then. Maybe if you can heal your wounds, maybe you brought me back.
Get on the horse while I kind of have to lift you. I can't be mad at you. Here, let me help you up.
Is Ivan Jesus? Is that what we're turning to at this point? If he can heal others?
I'll just hold on right here.
I would like you to make me some fish, if that's the case.
I can make you a fish.
Deal.
Well, I can turn you into a fish, is what I was saying.
Yeah, what was up with the giant
No
fish in
deal.
the sky?
That also feels like a on the horses discussion.
At this point,
I'm on the
we're getting on the
horse.
horse. We're
I'm
getting
assuming
on
at this
the horse.
point that
horse.
everybody
I've been
is,
on the horse.
We're talking about
has-
moving.
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys are
Okay,
you're not
okay.
quite in full stride, but you've started puttering at this point. You've begun moving
This is-
forward.
Okay.
This is the real initiation into our group, is getting fed up with bickering and saying, please, let's go somewhere. Everybody has to do it eventually.
Now that we're going, I'm good.
Now that everybody has
So
done
are
their
you
horses, you have found yourselves in the comforts of the saddle. You push beyond the fog, and you ride out the rest of your day. Night will fall. You find the comforts again in your camp. It's that easy. You move through all of your encounters in that fell swoop. There's no rolling for it. The next night's free. So here you are.
Yay.
You make camp.
Thank you.
You find firewood. You even hunt. You're able to, in this case, for Anju, you're able to find a few rabbits. Not a lot of predators in this particular point. So you just have to chase
Some
them.
unsuspecting rabbits.
Yeah. You catch them
Some tastier.
out of sorts. You bring them back, and you enjoy a meal. You have significant questions for each other. There's a lot on the table. I implore you to please, at some point, maybe on your character sheet, on a piece of paper, a sticky note, please take those questions down. Because we're ending the stream here tonight. Right here. At a calm camp. Before the fire kicks back off again. Before the fog swells over the top of you, and you hear any more lore and history about your own lives. This is where we see our way off. So thank you, everybody. Go ahead.
Is Gunny still yapping? Is he still talking? Is he still alive?
Periodically, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he will. And
Damn, I wouldn't have hurried us along if I knew we were ending.
next stream we'll have, so far as I'm aware, everybody will have a full squad. Unless, of course, life happens quickly. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight on all the channels. I do appreciate it. This was our first endeavor doing the stream together, and I think it was successful. Did it meet all of our crazy numbers normally? I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. I just focused on having fun here with everybody. Thank you guys for all the subs. You guys killed it tonight. My players, bless you guys for having patience. Obviously, I could not have done this without you. I'm looking forward to next week. I have a slew of my own questions that I'm ready to funnel into story format. I've left you guys with questions as well. Let's go ahead and get our roundtable here, so everybody has an opportunity to tell each other about where they're from, what they're doing, and all that jazz. So let's start with CobaltStreak. Cobalt, what are you doing? Where can we find you these days?
CobaltStreak, I stream like 6-7 days a week. When I'm not, I'm usually playing D&D over here. I guess on all of our channels now, which is kind of cool. And I've been trying this new Isaac patch that they put out. They made a bunch of cool changes. And trying to do a Deathless unlock file, and then playing some Claire Obscura Expedition 33, and that's my second game, which has been pretty awesome. It's a really cool game. Would definitely recommend checking it out.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll move on up next to... Okay, everything just got covered here. To Marian. Squid, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
The name's Squidinkidink, and I'm a permanent resident at Yap City. So if you come to my streams, it's a lot of talking and occasionally mediocre gameplay for whatever game I feel like or that chat asks for. So yeah, I stream like 4 days a week. So come on down, I guess, or up, whatever counts. Yep. Thank you.
I love that. Ivan Freely. Frost, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
twitch.tv/FrostPrime. I'm finally back, dude. I'm finally fucking back. I figured out my health issues. I'm feeling good. Monster Train 2 just came out, and oh boy, I'm addicted, but it's still just not a good stream game. It's just hard to understand, but I just want to keep playing it. That's what I'm doing.
I get you. Let's move next to Anju, as played by BenBriggs. Tell us about your boss. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
I am BenBriggs. You can find me at twitch.tv/benbriggslive. Whenever whenever Bub relinquishes my stream key, I will be playing.
Sorry, buddy.
No, I will be playing some Breath of the Wild tonight, as I have been often want to do. It's been a very chill time, easy to. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was. But yeah, I run a company called Tiny Waves. We do events, we do video game music, I'm a music guy by trade, and I'm just happy to be here. But yeah, twitch.tv/benbriggslive. Maybe type BenBriggs or Tiny Waves into Google and see what happens.
Fire. Normally we would have Tracy, but she's not here with us right now, so come back next week for that. That leaves me. I'm Bub. BubTalks. You can find me on twitch.tv/BubTalks, which I'm sure you can see if you've just Googled. If not, that's okay. Just search. It's not too hard. I do a lot of D&D and D&D related stuff between Pathfinder, Vampire the Masquerade, World of Darkness, Aberrant. I live and breathe it. It's my trade. It's my profession. I'm a professional storyteller. I like to try to find as much as I can and collab with my friends here. Some of these people I've known for, well, longer than I haven't. Like Ben. We actually went to high school together about like 25 years ago. So, I know, right? The rest of these people have quickly become some of my favorite individuals on the internet. If you have not followed them yet, I please encourage and implore you to do so. You guys are stellar, and I'm oftentimes, if not talking in their channel, I'm lurking their channel. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the love tonight, and hopefully we see you guys in the next couple of days. If you've got questions about the games, check me out. If you want me to run a game, check me out. Message me. Hit up the Discord.